Zeke did that beat. Zeke did that beat.
Don't worry about me. I'll be okay. Don't worry about me. Nah, nah. I'll be okay. Okay, okay. Don't worry about me.
Zeke did that beat.
Don't worry about me.
that beat.
Don't ever assume that because you're going through something that your ministry stops. Because your ministry is your lifeline to your own healing. You get healed by doing what God called you to do. I don't mean that you can't take breaks and learn how to refresh yourself. That's a different issue. But I'm talking about don't let what you go through take you out of the thing that you're called to. Don't let what you go through take you out of the thing that you're called to. Because that's where your healing actually flows in a fresh way in your life.
I have a concert at the church. And since you're such an important member, I just want to ask your approval on who we should bring in. What do you think about Kirk Franklin?
I don't like him. He jumps around too much and his clothes be so tight. He's a little man in little tiny boy clothes. And I can sometimes see his package.
Okay.
I don't want to see that.
Understood. All right. What about Fred Hammond?
Who?
Fred Hammond?
The glory to...
Glory to glory.
Oh, God, no.
Fred Hammond?
Oh, he's not saved.
No weapon?
Oh, God, there's a lot of weapons with him. There's too many. And they've all prospered.
Mary.
The girls in the tight dresses?
Well, that was one time.
That's why you want to bring them. Absolutely not. I've seen them. Hips and tail, all day. Breasts, hips, and tail, with no scarves, no lap scarves to be seen. Absolutely not. They won't come in this church.
Okay. Jonathan McReynolds?
Who?
Jonathan McReynolds?
I don't know him.
Who's popular? Travis Green?
I don't trust anybody with the last name that's a color.
Yolanda Adams?
Oh, she's too tall.
Oh?
You can't be anointed and be that tall. I don't trust it.
Shirley Caesar?
Oh, I love her. Oh, God, she's good. And when you get her, maybe you can bring in James Cleveland.
James Cleveland?
I love him. Oh, his music. Oh, God, it's anointed.
He's gone. He passed on.
We'll dig him up. It'll be James Cleveland and Shirley.
Okay, so you got Shirley Caesar. Is there anybody else you approve of?
That's about it. And the Clark sisters.
Oh, the Clark sisters. Perfect. Okay, man, we do a whole Clark sisters thing. We could bring Kiara.
Who?
Kiara, Karen's daughter.
I don't know her.
Kiara Clark?
No, I don't know her.
Okay, Jay Moss. He's part of the family.
I don't know him.
So only the Clark sisters.
That's it. That's the only people that are saved in gospel today.
And Shirley Caesar.
And that's it. Don't bring not another person.
Okay, just one more.
And they all should come for free. Yes.
Well, that's going to be impossible. Ty Tribbett. He's got energy. The kids will like that.
He's going to jump his way to hell. All the way. Jump up one time and go straight down into the pit of hell. Just like you. For wearing all of your expensive clothes, and your girlfriend, she be in the front and her dresses be so tight. You tell her to pull her dress down because I can see her Christmas.
For Christmas. All right. Thank you, Brother Walker.
Anytime.
Let's head to the church today, 'cause we need 'em.
Now if you got a little rhythm, move left to right. A new experience, baby, go hit your stride. And who walking? I'm walking. Who walking? I'm walking. Who walking? I'm walking. Is you walking? And when the grooves get good, go right to left. Shut up, y'all. We got grab the tread. Now who walking? I'm walking. Is you walking? I'm walking. Then stretch. And walk it out like you know your plans you have for me. There's no evil. It's all good things. Lord, I love you. So I will trust you. Here I let my fear die. That's why I'm walking. When my eyes can't get it right. Faith will be my guide. And I'll follow through the trouble. When I don't understand, I will surrender to your plan. Don't clap your hands, everybody. I say feet don't fail me now. Don't chase it, you ready? Somehow I walk.
You know your plans you have for me. There's no evil. It's all good things. Lord, I love you. I will trust you. So here I let my fear die. That's why I'm walking. I'm walking. With my eyes can't get it right. Yeah. Faith will be my guide. And even through the trouble, I don't understand. I'll relinquish all my plans to you.
Good Lord, God, open up doors. Took me down a path I ain't never been before. Looking at the road, I don't see a lot of space. Guess I gotta drop my load, cause you're picking up the pace. Don't leave me to die, be by my side. I get a little anxious, please be my guide. I got my feet shot, I've been prepping for the moment I would get the green light. So if you see me, I'm rolling like feet. Don't fail me now.
Like I am, by faith. Oh Lord, I'm walking. Anybody else going? Yeah, say I am. I'm walking. When my eyes can't get it right, will be my guide. Oh yeah, I'll follow. When I don't understand, I surrender to your plan for me. Go ahead, get Papa. I'm a walking. Oh yeah. I'm walking. Beautiful things that I've done. Things that I've done. These beautiful things that I've done.
Good morning to you. What's up, everybody? What's up, y'all? Good morning to you. Good morning to yours. Good morning to everybody. Lottie, Dottie, and everybody, and all of y'all. There we go. Good morning, everybody. How are y'all doing this morning? It's Tuesday, May the 20th of 2025, and you are locked in with Zeke Live in the morning. I say it every day because it's still true every day that this is a great way to start your day. So I thank you and appreciate you for locking in with us. Y'all, we've got an amazing show today. We've always got an amazing show, and I don't see why this would be any differently. Today, y'all, we are hitting on the topic of the power of influence. Who are the influencers in your life? Who are the people that are influencing you? What are the things that are influencing you? Are there some places that have influenced you? Are there even some thoughts and ideas that are influencing you? We're going to unpack all of that today. So we've got a great show in regards to that. And then also we've got Miss Rhonda on the Rocks. Y'all know she's going to be here with us. She's going to be here a little earlier today. She'll be here about 8:15. So make sure you're locked in for that part. And then I'm really excited because I've been talking about the mental health symposium that's coming up tomorrow morning. And I've been talking about this woman, the Dr. Patyia Freely, Dr. P, as we call her. She's going to be on with us as well on today. She's the program director for the Community Healing Resource Center Network, a program of Live Free. And I've been talking about the Mental Health Awareness Month Symposium. As a matter of fact, that's probably a really good segue to go ahead and throw this in there. Oh, God. See, I be setting myself up for these things and then don't be having it loaded up. Y'all pray for me. And then also pray for me because it's been a long night. So, but look here, right here. We've been talking about this for the last month. here we are right here, the annual Mental Health Awareness Month Symposium. That is tomorrow morning. Yes, just about 24 hours from right now, I'll be on my way to that, right at the Morgan Arts Complex here in Chicago. If you're in the Bridgeport neighborhood, Bridgeport, Pilsen area, you know, if you're in that general area, then, you know, come on through. Matter of fact, not if you're in that general area, that's where it's at. It's in Bridgeport. But if you're in the Chicago area, anywhere in the Chicago area, come on out. Like if you're in Illinois, come on out. If you're in Northwest Indiana, Southwestern Wisconsin, come on out. This is going to be really good. You don't want to miss this. You know, there's going to be some sessions, and one of the sessions that I've been talking about that I'm really excited about is one that includes my big brother, one of the mentors in my life, the Pastor Charles Jenkins. He's going to be back home in Chicago, y'all. So he's going to be doing this thing called Sounds of Healing. And for all of y'all who love music and love to see how music and sounds can shape the way we heal, he's an expert in that. I promise you he is. I learned a lot from him, and he's going to share some of that knowledge with you. In fact, guess who else is going to be on that panel? Pastor Bill Ellis. Yeah, you know, he'll be with us tomorrow as well. We were all together last night. We'll talk about that in a minute here. But yeah, he'll be part of that session. And oh my goodness, who is that stud muffin? Who's that stud muffin with that big brim hat? That's Zeke Locke. He's going to be there tomorrow. Yeah, that Zeke Locke character. I don't know about that guy. I don't know if y'all should trust that guy, but he'll be there tomorrow. So there he is doing that session on the sounds through healing. And so that's going to be tomorrow's session. I'm excited to have Dr. P on to talk a little bit about that. I want y'all to register. Listen, there's a registration link in the comments. All right. We're going to talk about that thing all day today because I want some of y'all to come out. I want y'all to come out. I know a couple people are already coming out and I'm excited about that. I'm really, really excited about that. I really am. But I want y'all, if you have not already registered, if you don't have anything going on tomorrow, there's going to be breakfast. There's going to be lunch. There's going to be sessions. There's going to be a chance to meet people. There's going to be a chance to heal. There's going to be a chance to just simply just woo-saw. So y'all come on out, get that moment of woo-saw. All right. So we'll have Dr. P up in the 8:30 hour, somewhere in there, around about 8:30ish. So y'all come on and make sure that you're tuning in. Go ahead and share this with somebody if you're not already, and if you haven't already done all the things. Look at that right there. There's YouTube. I got this mic in my way, so I can't point right at it. But YouTube and Facebook. Follow us over there, subscribe to us, turn the notifications on. I promise you, it's always good, wholesome conversation, and it's always just a great time every morning. That's why I say it every day. It's a great way to start your day. I mean it every single day when I say it. And let me tell y'all, I need a great way to start my day today because last night, my goodness, y'all, last night was a long night. Not in a bad way. It was a long night. Because we went to the event last night, the Trap Worship event. We were announcing that. Brandon P, he did a pop-up with the Trap Worship event, and it was really, really good. Where's that flyer? So y'all can see what I was talking about. Yeah, this event, and if it wouldn't have been so late, because I don't think I got in the house till almost 1:00 in the morning. So like we all went out to eat after. I mean, we just had a great time. And, talking about the power of influence, we did this last night. And let me tell y'all something. This was absolutely just crazy, man. It was phenomenal. It was crazy. Just crazy energy. So we'll talk a little bit about that in a minute when I bring my big brother Eric Rideout to the stage. And so we'll get to talking about that. But man, listen, if you didn't get a chance to get there last night, and I saw a few people there last night, so that was cool. That was so cool. And then a bunch of us went out to eat. So there's that. Let me address this real quick before somebody asks, and I'll address it again a couple more times. We're working on a few minor, I won't call them major details. If they were minor, then we'd be announcing. They're major details. We're working on a couple of the major details for the kickback. I said that we were going to have that announced this morning, and due to some scheduling stuff, we got a few things we got to try to maneuver. So I can't make that announcement just yet today. But I want y'all to rest assured that is coming. That is something we are actively working on. So once we get that date and location, once we get those details ironed out, that's really what it is right now. It's just the date and the location. Once we get those details ironed out, trying to do a pop-up, and we're trying to do it at a dope venue. Thanks, baby. Y'all, my wife just brought me some coffee. Thanks. Thank you, boo thing. Thank you with your cute self. Look at you. Just look at all cute like you just rolled out of bed. All right, so yeah, so once we get those details ironed out, once we get those things ironed out, I thought we'd have that done by today and just do some other scheduled things that came up that just wasn't able to happen for today. So we do apologize for that, but I do want to address that right off the bat so that y'all know the kickback is coming. We're going to celebrate this 100 subscribers that we've hit. Apparently that is a really cool thing to do in the amount of time that we've been on the air. So we have to celebrate it, y'all. So it's on the radar. We're actively planning it. We done reached out to people to come and perform all that. We just got to get everybody the solid date and time and the venue. So those details, once we get those things worked out, I'm hoping for today so that we can announce tomorrow. But this week we will have that announced. All right, y'all. That was the promise. The promise was to have that announced by today. And so we didn't hit that goal. So we'll work that out. We'll work all those pieces out and then get that announced to you guys. All right. Cool. Man, listen, I love y'all. Again, y'all are locked in with Zeke Live in the morning, and I appreciate all of y'all for doing that every morning. Today, we're going to talk on the power of influence. Let me set that up just a little bit. What is the power of influence? What are the things that are influencing us, y'all? What are we? Who is influencing us? What is influencing us? What thoughts are influencing us? And these things are the middle, rounding out the month of May, which, as y'all have heard me say a lot this month, is Mental Health Awareness Month. And so we're always checking in on our mental state. We're always trying to check in, make sure everybody's okay. And so I'm going to ask a very, very pointed question to all of us this morning. And I hope, that we all will take heed to this question. And hopefully by the end of today's conversations that we have, that hopefully you'll be able to if not change the things in your life, at least you'll be able to pinpoint them, things that are of not only negative influence, things that need to be removed, but what are the things of positive influence? Those things that maybe you need to feed a little bit more. So we'll unpack all those conversations, unpacking the power of influence in our lives. And I've had some really cool influences in my life. I've had some really bad influences in my life. I've got one influence. I won't tell you. I'm vulnerable on this show, but I won't be particularly vulnerable about this particular one. But there's a particular influence in my life. I'm gonna just use the word influence because we're talking about the power of influence. So if in a normal conversation that might not make sense, but let's just put it this way. There's a particular thing that I need to gain control of. And so me and my wife had a conversation last night. I pulled it to the side. Thank God for marriage. I pulled it to the side and I said, hey babe, well, I didn't pull it to the side, it was in the couch. I said, hey babe, I got this thing I need to get control of in this season of my life. I need you to help me with that. Right. I recognize the influence that was there and not to belittle myself, not to beat myself up, but to say, hey, this is a thing I got to get control of in this particular season, and I need your help. So maybe sometimes it revolves around having people around you who can help you. But whatever it is, we're going to unpack a little bit about the power of influence in our lives, things that have shaped who we are, things that have shaped what we are, how we think, how we move, all of that stuff. And it's different for everybody. These things are different for everybody. But recognizing those things help us to have better and more productive lives and all that kind of stuff. And so hopefully on a Tuesday, as we unpack that stuff, it'll help you through the rest of your week. So that's today's conversation. That's what we'll be dealing with on today's conversation. Oh boy, did I just choke on my own spit? Let's do this, y'all. I did, y'all. My sinuses are draining. This weather change is redonkulous. And it's raining here in Chicago right now, but whatevs. Anyways, y'all, let's do this. Let's get my mans to the stage, the one and only Mr. E. Rideout. Tired. Let's get him. Let's get him up here to the stage right here. Here he is, Mr. Eric Rideout. I think. Oh, how'd you end up off the screen? That's crazy.
Man,
I had it all set up and everything. Oh no, is your voice gone?
Man, I'm sounding like Barry White out here.
You sound like Eddie Kane after he got off the.
It's still getting up. Man, look. I got up this morning. Yeah, I do sound like Eddie Kane. I just smoked a pack of Newport.
Nights like this, I wish
I can sing that too.
Would,
You know, the reality hit me last night. Even though you feel like it,
yeah.
man. And I said, I used to could just jump right up in the morning. I'll be fine. Man, that ride home was rough. And then this morning was extra rough. And I was like, I'm sitting in my room, in my bedroom. And I said, okay, well, I can just roll over and start the show. And I looked over and saw my computer one day. I went to visit my mother at her house and left it over there. I was out. I had to get up at 6 something and drive over to her house to go get it. And I'm like, nope, I'm gonna set up from her house, and when it's done, I'll go home. But you know what, Zeke? You brought up a good point, man. Like last night was really good.
Yeah.
Last night was crazy. And I told Brandon, and I said, shout out to Brandon P. I told him you the real MVP
Shout
because he left. This the thing that a lot of people that came last night didn't know. He came right in from St. Louis.
St. Louis, right? Yeah.
And he came straight to the venue. He did a show there, came straight to the venue, did the show last night, left the venue and drove straight on to Kentucky for the one he's doing tonight in Kentucky. You know, I'm like, bro, when you go to sleep? He said, I don't know. I'm outside. You know, but man, Chicago came out last night. And the thing about last night that made it so special was we pulled that off with a flyer being put up Saturday night and Sunday. And we had the church held 200 people, and
I was turning people away.
Yeah, we had to turn people away.
Had to turn folks away. Yeah, and that was. I will say this much: I was excited. That was the closest gig I've ever done. It was right around 11 minutes from my house, and only because of stoplights.
Man, look.
I was like, oh my God, like 2 miles away. Yes, yeah, absolutely. We always got to be traveling across the country to do something.
Yeah, normally stuff be far, but last night was crazy, man. And Chicago, again, thank all of y'all that came out last night because Chicago people showed up. So many young adults and young people was in the building yesterday. And, you know, sorry for those that couldn't get in that we had to turn away last night. And that really bothered. But the thing was, from where Zeke was at the front,
I said it was like a youth group or something too, right?
Yeah, man, it was a bunch of them, but there was that, you know, that thing blocking the back, and people couldn't see the door. It was chairs all the way to the door.
Yeah.
And so, you know, the pastor was putting out, and shout out to the pastor, Gerald Haddon Jr. What he looked like, but
he do look a little bit like Gerald Haddon.
Gerald or Dietrich Mix. Yeah, man. And the pastor of the Manor Church was amazing, man. He was up there putting out chairs, and it got to the point we couldn't, you know, it would have been a fire hazard. So those that missed it last night, don't feel bad. Anthem will be back. Brandon's bringing the whole crew, Ashley and Sean and Trey, and the band was flying in from California. You go see Zeke Locke and some other people gonna be there. It's gonna be really, really good. But again, Chicago and to Bella and to Deja and Phil and Reve, y'all killed the background, and to Marcus McFarland and Christina and Carson, you all killed your leads, and to Jeff, Jalen, Brian, Russ, as a band last night who stepped in, y'all killed. And the thing was, with all of those people, they got everything Saturday and came together for this pop-up and made it crazy. So when Anthem comes back, they're bringing their own crew, and it's gonna be amazing. But shout out, and Zeke hosted last night. DJ Red DJ last night.
He did.
Rhonda on the Rocks was there. Rhonda was about to start shouting. She, you know, I saw her over there trying to jump over there in the corner. Rhonda was going in. Shout out to Pastor Ellis for coming last night. My daughter Deja for coming last night. And again, man, it was crazy. So that's it. Chicago is the next one is coming. And then, you know, you thought that was crazy. Wait till y'all see the Zeke Live kickback that's happening. That's gonna be
that's gonna be a good time. That's gonna be fun. I can't wait to get that announced. We got to work a couple of details out. A couple of major. At first, I said we got a couple minor details. I was like, no, these are major details. Like we got the venue part is
something for real.
Details. So that part has to be ironed down.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So once that's taken all care of and everything, we'll be announcing that. But last night was crazy, and then of course all of us went out afterward. There was a group that went out. I wish I had footage of all of that. That was fun.
I don't know who talked me into that. Because
Dude, you disappeared. We was like, everybody was like, where is that? Like,
I would disappear like Batman. Turn around and he gone. I think Rhonda brought that up. She said, "You did that at the what's the other place we went to?
Asada?
Yeah." She was like, "You was standing there. We turned out you was gone." I said, "That's how I do." I said, "I'll be right there."
Great disappear. Like,
If you turn your back for more than 10 seconds, you gonna miss me. And I'll be like, you call me, I'm already halfway home. But no, my daughter talked me into going. My baby said, "We going out to eat?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we go." But it was a good time. And Jason Jones, shout out to Jason Jones, who was
yeah, he came and hung out with us, and
man, thanks Leo and Hood for recording and all the people. And I've been getting tagged on social media so much for last night.
Yeah, really.
People saying, "Hey, I'm gonna start checking out y'all show. What else y'all doing?" And this is a whole new generation of people, man.
Yeah.
The thing is, you never know. And I didn't know this. I mean, people say it. Man, my shirt punched all up. Like I got old lady cooking on. You never know the reach or your influence you have until a certain moment. And when I was standing in the front, and I looked around, I said, all these people came, and I said, I shared it shared it online. It has such a turnout. But then when I have all these people in their 20s, hey man, good, hey man, blah blah blah. I'm like, who is this kid? Who is this guy? Who is this? But you never know the reach or influence you have and how people watch what you do and who want to connect. So man, that's it for me for last night. But it was just a good experience. And those that couldn't get in because we had to turn you away, we do apologize. But when the part 2 is coming up, the venue's bigger, there's more space. And it's gonna be something that I think Chicago. You thought last night was crazy. Wait till the next one, and Zeke and everybody, y'all will see. That's it.
Yeah,
I talked about it enough.
No, it was definitely a good one. I tell you what, let's do this. Let's do coffee breaks real quick. Y'all think they're music breaks. What they actually are is coffee and bathroom breaks. That's what
bathroom break.
Let's do a quick music break real quick, and then let's come back and do our morning shout outs. Y'all know that's one of my favorite parts of the episode is the morning shout out. So please, if you haven't said hello already, y'all go ahead and just real quick type in there and let us know hello. Just type in there hello. Let us know you're here with us. You ain't got to be in the comments all day. You could just listen, but just let us know you're here.
Oh, yeah, wait.
Let us say hello to you. Huh?
Yeah, Jamaica Lachey was in the building last night.
Yeah, Jamaica Lachey
was in the building last night too.
Yeah, let's see who I went to dinner with us. It was like me, you, Rich, Deja, Jason, Jamaica, Red, Hood, my wife, me. We had a caravan of people that was going. Who else was over there? Was it somebody else?
It was just us.
Yeah, we said just us. Like, hey, Rhonda. Oh my God, I'm tripping. Rhonda. Yeah, Rhonda on the Rocks was with us. How did I forget Rhonda? Yeah. And that was so cool. That was Rhonda's first time like going out with like a group of us like that. And that was our first time doing something like that in a long time.
And the good part about it too was that, like I said, Rhonda, I looked over there at the thing, Rhonda was clapping. I said, oh, Rhonda about to start shouting over here in a minute. But that trap night was good for her. But you know what? It was good for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Jason said he needed that. Jason,
I needed that. I needed that more than I can tell you. So, yeah. Well, let's do this, y'all. Speaking of Brandon P, let's play Brandon P, and then we're going to come right back and do our morning shout outs and keep it moving. We're just going to do the one song. Is that cool, E?
Oh,
that's enough time for you. All right.
I can take a power nap in that space.
Right. Take a power nap. This is about 3 minutes long. I'm just going to do one song and I'm coming right back. All right, y'all. Here it is. Brandon P with Blessings. And I'm playing that because he did his thing last night. Here we go.
Blessings falling down on me. It keeps bringing me joy. Each blessing I receive, it keeps bringing me joy.
Yeah. Okay. Blessing to coming in front of me. Coming in front. I'm in the cup with a bag on me. How you feel? Like I got my piece in this heavenly? Yes. We not the same. Keeping the fake up under me. You know. Yeah. I gotta go. I'm in the lead. Yeah. No checking the scope. Plain to see. You reap what you sow. You cannot face me. I gotta say this life is amazing. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Time he say my life. Come in with that talk. Please don't kill my vibe. Shorty got that walk. She know what I like. Yeah. with the gang and it's some shy, yeah. Okay, I'm in the still, I got the truth. Look at the pedigree. Okay, I never lose when I'm on the move. I'm leaning on the G. Okay, dipped in the water, only the Father coming in clutch for me. Coming in clutch, coming in clutch, coming in, yeah.
Blessings falling down on me. Down on me. It keeps bringing me joy. Each blessing I receive. It keeps bringing me joy.
Look, you bring me joy. Gave you problems I avoid. Why would I give up my core? Belief in you gon' change my world. Make me feel like I'm the world. You, well, maybe I'm not sure. Just make me your little vessel. I won't wrestle with you, Lord. I got all these blessings raining. I'm gon' need a new umbrella. We don't do that stressing, baby. Faith gon' work in any weather. Yes. Once I gave him all of me, I just hit the Hall of Fame. We take Jesus over shame. Got no limits, but he not damn. They say no, I'm still the same. Yeah, I got a lot to prove. Fill my life with room. Yeah, I about that tune. Yes, I couldn't help it, my confession. Tell him I'm about to bloom. He wrote me up from the womb. Blessings coming soon.
Blessings falling down on me. It keeps bringing me joy. Each new blessing I receive. It keeps bringing me joy. All my life, you've been faithful and I'm faithful, yeah.
Yo, we back. What's up, everybody? We back. That was Brandon P with Blessings. Just one song for you in that break. Just one song because I wanted to get to these morning shout outs. Y'all know I love this part of the day. I enjoy this part of the day when we do our morning shout outs because, you know, who wouldn't? You know what I mean?
Man, I was sitting there just like this. Man, I almost did the Rhonda.
All right, let's see here, E. Let's see who we got. Let's see who we got in the comments this morning. Who we got this morning? Let me get a different track. That's a smooth track. But let me get something that's like in your face.
You said you had a morning track song you was gonna use.
Huh?
You had it yesterday. You said, "Oh, this gonna be my new morning shout out song."
Oh shoot, I don't remember what it was. Was it this one right here? Was it this right here? Don't get me lying.
It was that one. That's it.
Hey, let that ride for a second. Hey, all right. Let's say good morning to the folks. Let's see here. As y'all know, as always, I take great pleasure and great joy in seeing who did the first comment of the day. So let's see who it is. Drum roll, please. It's the one and only Sherry Staten Mama. There she is right there, y'all. Y'all give it up for Mama this morning. She says good morning, fam, and she's always with us every morning. But let me tell you something, she be ready for it. Brony Cat, Rhonda on the Rocks, y'all better watch out. She be coming for y'all's title. Y'all better watch out. There she is right there. And then I tell y'all, she's always in the top 3. There she is, our girl, Brony Cat. She's saying good morning, y'all. Let's see what she's saying. Good morning, Lock Stars. Have a terrific Tuesday. And I'm always looking for this one. You're now locked in with Zeke Live in the morning with Zeke Locke, Eric Rideout, Richard Holmes. Grab your mug or cup and let's indulge in this fruitful conversation. Man, she might be a poet, y'all. Brony Cat, I think, is a poet. That's what I told y'all. I got my coffee. My wife just brought that to me, and it's still a little hot. So if y'all see me spit it out, you know what's up. And then look who's on with us. Big paws, big paws, big paws. What does Clifford the Big Red Dog have? Big paws. All right, y'all. Here we go. And then look here, who's on early with us this morning, y'all. It's one of our favorite Lock Stars, Miss Brenda Rose. Good morning, Miss Brenda. Good to see you. And who's this guy right here? Zeke Locke. Oh my God, Zeke Locke. He's on with us today. Holy snap! That guy, I don't trust him. I don't like his eyebrows.
That'll be Keys.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's already got that title. And then here's one of our favorite people right here, the one and only Mrs. Johnny Rideout, aka JP Rideout. Y'all, that's Eric's mama.
Hello,
so y'all go ahead and show her all the love in the world. That is like one of the mothers of the show. And she lets us know every day. I say it every day because she does it every day. She lets us know that we had a good show in the morning, and so we know that we did something worthwhile when we see her on here. And then here's my friend and brother, my friend, my brother, my roommate in college, my dude, my guy, all the way up from the Dirty D is the one and only Cornelius, aka Neil Bell. What's up, Neil? And then this right here had me cracking up when I was talking about Dragon Ball Z. Talking about I'm Super Saiyan with this. Cause I got the hair and the thing. You know, I've been practicing my karate. Hiya, hiya. That was so whack. And then here's DJ Red. He was there last night, y'all. DJ Red was spinning on the ones and the twos last night, and he was doing this thing. It was a good time, man. He was we hit him with that Melodies from Heaven at the end. Y'all know that's one of my favorite songs, and that probably rolled for about 20 minutes after that. Like that Melodies from Heaven, just song after song. That's how Anthem Nights goes. So shout out to the DJ Red for being the DJ on set for that one last night. And then look at who it is. They must have got up and got on this morning together. It's the one and only Mrs. Jamaica Lachey, or should I say Mrs. Jamaica Lachey, as DJ Red's wife, and also one of our favorite people and singers, and someone who we play her music quite often because we love the song and all of that. Who else we got? The Dr. Jonathan Jordan. God bless you and good morning, brothers, he says. Good morning to you too, Dr. Jonathan Jordan. As y'all know, and I keep saying it, you can always go back and reference. Thank him for always logging in and locking in with us. You can always go back and watch the episode where he and Rhonda went out on a date. And we got footage of that coming up at sometime soon. So be on the lookout for that. We were actually just talking about that last night, talking about that footage and stuff. So yeah. And look right here, Willie, God brought me outlet. Yeah, what's up, man? I don't know if this is your first time on. It's my first time seeing you in the comments saying good morning. So welcome. Y'all show Willie, God brought me. I can't read. Willie, God teach me to read. Outlet. That's what you gotta teach me how to read. But Willie, God brought me outlet, man. Welcome to the show. Y'all show him some love. I think it's his first time on with us. If it's not his first time on with us, it's his first time that I remember seeing him comment that I at least remember.
Yeah.
If you have before, then I'm out of here. But y'all show him some love. We love to show anybody who's new on here a whole bunch of love. And then look at this right here. Sister Oradine Cooper from APC Morgan Park in Chicago. Shout out to Sister Oradine Cooper. She is on with us this morning. Love you, mama. Good to see you today. I'm so glad you're here with us. Yeah. And then look here. Rhonda, do you know this person? Cynthia Cohen, do you know this? Do you know this person, Rhonda? Do you know this one? Huh? What's up, mama? Good to see you on today. Hey, Rhonda can give all the love when she gets here with that one. And then Eric, look who it is, bro. Reed.
My cousin. Hey, cousin, how you feeling?
You sound so down.
Man, I am tired as ever. I was trying to be energetic. I need somebody to make me mad. If somebody go find keys, that'll wake me up. Just tag them in here. That'll do it. But I am fighting falling asleep. Boy.
Well, Rhonda says, yes, I know her, Eric. You better be good. So,
what are you talking about?
Well, it's Rhonda's mama. You got to be good because, you know, the mama's on the show.
Oh, that's her mom. Okay. Oh, yeah, I did meet her mom the other night. No, you better be good. You better be good.
Right, Eric, I don't know if you can see the backstage on your screen.
Uh-oh.
You missing Rhonda. And then Brody Cat is welcoming Willie. Willie, yeah, welcome, Willie. We're so glad that you're here with us and they're welcoming you in. Oh, he's a newbie. Yeah. Sweet. Let's see here. Oh, he sent us a song. Okay, bet. Got a song to play. So we got to find that one and pull that one out. There it goes right there. If we don't get it today, we'll get that ready for tomorrow. If you sent it to Zeke Live 730, if you're one of the ones that sent that today, we've been sending folks emails back telling them to send us some album art and stuff like that. That little detail didn't get sent out. So we making sure people got that so that we have something that we can show on the screen to make sure, it's represented well for you. But yes, absolutely. And since that's a good segue actually for anybody else who might be a stunt music, because I think we've announced that once.
We did once before.
That we need to that you can send music, but also we've been saying send it with the album art and stuff. And so we sent a thing out that didn't have that one detail. So I got a bunch of songs, but like no album art. It said it like radio style, and I'm like, no, it's online. Like if people go see they want to show them your album art and stuff like that. But you can send any music to this email right here, ZekeLive730@gmail.com. So yep. If y'all got songs and music, go ahead. E, look like you was about to say something.
I just saw Reese said she needs a vacation. You deserve one.
You need a vacation. Like she said, you need a vacation. Like,
I need one.
He needs a vacation.
See how sleepy I am? I read that all wrong. I'm tired.
And they're still welcoming Willie here this morning. So that's what's up. I love when y'all show love to people, man. Y'all do that, show love. And yes, like you said, he's a newbie. So he got a song called Saved by Grace, and we're going to get that one. If it's in the email, we'll grab that one. We just got to make sure I got the album art and all that stuff like that. It's just the whole thing. But y'all get it. And if you got videos also, you can send those things as well. So yeah, man, that's the morning shout outs for the day. I am Eric, y'all. I'm gonna start playing sleepy music in the background. I'm gonna start playing something real.
That'll do it. And I don't need Rhonda to talk about it. You don't think much. A couple of strings and some thunderstorm noises, I'm done. At least 5. But no, I'll be all right.
Oh man,
I'm gonna get some coffee. I'm gonna make a break.
Oh man, listen here. Let's do this. Let us do a quick music break right here. We're coming right back. Only one song, E. It's only one song. You got to take a short nap. You got to take a short nap. It's only one song. It's only one. Because we coming right back with our girl, Miss Rhonda on the Rocks. We hitting right at that 8:15 hour. We getting Rhonda on the Rocks.
I see Rhonda's song request.
A little earlier with her today. So
you see Rhonda's song request.
You said what?
Rhonda made a song request. I don't know if you can get it today, but we can get it coming up.
Yeah, I can't get it right now, though. That's the only thing about it. Yeah. I had to like get it, pull it, do a whole thing. It's the whole thing. It's the whole thing. She would say, Eric, don't tell my stuff from the private chat. I sure did. Tell her, Rhonda. Get him, Rhonda. So not the screen going off.
Hey, man, I can't even fight back. I'm just tired. So Rhonda, you go in. Whatever you say today, you win. You got it.
Let's get one music song in there, Rhonda. This one is for you. This one is for you, Rhonda. We'll see if we can make the other thing happen. I can't guarantee it though. But this one is for Rhonda because we're all extremely exhausted and we're no longer spring chickens. So here y'all right here, Rhonda. This one's for you.
Woke up on the right side of the bed, and you were the will go my way. 'Cause it's my day. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be my day. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna 'cause it's my day. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be my day. My day. Tired of getting up in the morning with the same old rut and the same old cut bugging me. The doctor keep drugging me and I'm sluggish and I can't get out of bed. But instead I'ma look to the light, man. Stop blaming my wife, man. I would do it right, man. Fly like a kite, man. I was doing wrong too long and I'm sick and tired of singing sad songs. I'ma flip it now, song. I will not wait on anything to happen. I will make it happen. I will take some action now. Won't wait on another day. God said make you way. I will take today. This is the day that the Lord has made. It's gonna be a good day. And I will rejoice and be glad in it. It's gonna be a great day. But this is the day that the Lord has made. It's gonna be a good day. And I will rejoice because it's my day.
Hey y'all, let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. If you're not already doing the things, y'all go ahead and follow us. Do all of the stuff. Do all the things. Well, when y'all hear that sound, you know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for Miss Rhonda on the Rocks. Hey, 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 hey. Hey. Rhonda! Uh-oh. Not the phone, not the camera, I mean, moving all around.
Listen, I'm in the same boat that you two are in. Let me tell a little story. So, the flyer went out about trap worship, and I was like, I don't know. Then I was like, oh, Zeke's hosting it. That would be nice to show up and support my friend. I also have not seen Zeke on stage since gospel choir in the early 2000s. Yeah. So I've never been to like a New X concert or anything like that. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go and support. Then Monday happened and I was just like, I don't know if I'm coming or going at this point. And so I texted the group chat and was like, if I don't make it, y'all have fun, like whatever. Then I was just like, I don't have anything else to do. I'm going to sit in this house and do nothing for the rest of the evening. So I'm going to push myself to go out. And it was so funny. I pulled up, Rich pulled up behind me, Zeke pulled up behind him, Jamaica pulled up behind. So we were like, it was meant for us to be there together, just in the way we arrived.
It was cool. We literally like one of those party, like those movies with the party scene and everybody shows up just at the same time randomly. Like that was us.
Same time. Everybody at the same time. And so we had a great time with Brandon P. and the singers and all of that last night. It was such a great experience and it definitely filled my cup because, sometimes you just need that. You just know that you need to be in an atmosphere of worship. And while it was like trap worship, it was still worship and it was amazing. I had an amazing time. Shout out to Eric Rideout, who's like manager of the world. I see I'm being nice to you, please.
Sorry.
Flowers. So don't.
Oh.
You already did me. And Jamaica was in the comments talking about leave Rhonda alone. So and I know it was you. It was not Zeke. Whatever was said.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. You never know. That's the problem. But anyway, shout out to Eric Rhonda, who's an amazing manager and brings great talent to the city of Chicago. So we appreciate you for that. And yeah, I'm here. We went out to eat, like Zeke said, after. And laughed and reminisced and like made plans and all of that. And I'm tired. My allergies started messing up at like 2 a.m. I had to get up and take an allergy pill. And then the wind, y'all. So I set an alarm at night, like when I'm finally in for the night. And so I'm asleep and my alarm starts to go off like in the middle of the night. And so I'm like, oh, someone is here, like someone's inside my home. And so I'm panicking, like forgetting, like I can't get myself together because it woke me up out of my sleep. And so I finally disarmed the alarm and I'm looking to see like which one of my doors is open for my phone. And it was the garage door. And so I waited like 30 minutes. I was like, if somebody gonna come get me, this is enough time to make a decision on what they're gonna come do. But anyway, the wind from last night pushed the door open because I didn't like lock that top lock.
Yeah.
Blew the door open, and that's what caused the alarm to trigger. So between that, hanging out with and my allergies, I'm
so
on a
you have a dog? Your dog didn't bark or nothing?
You know what's so funny? I don't always let Power sleep with me, but sometimes I do. And last night I did. And because he wasn't barking, that also gave me some peace, because if he would have been barking, I would have been out the window. Like,
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But because he was like, he was looking at me when the alarm was going off, like, are you going to turn it off? We're going to sit here. Like, what's the But yeah, he didn't bark. So that kind of gave me some peace, because he would have known if somebody was like in here. Obviously, his ears are better than mine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my experience. And here I am at, what time is it? Still on time this morning.
You made it. You even came on a little early, because I texted you at the last minute, like, yo, Rhonda, can you come on a little early? Because I really wanted you to be on this conversation when Dr. P gets here in a little bit as well, you know, is considering what you do and all that stuff. I just thought that you being able to be a part of that conversation for a little bit will be really, really good as well, as she comes to talk about the symposium. But before she gets here, we're going to hit this clip real quick, because today we're talking about the power of influence, low key, no cap. I decided on that topic after you sent me that video. I was like, that's what we're going to talk about today. That's what we're talking about.
Was it the breed clip?
Yeah.
We gotta have Sean come back on, bro.
Yeah, we really do. He's like a preacher. So there it is. And then before we hit that real quick, the people are saying, hey, shout out to Rita. Shout out to Hood.
Oh,
there's Hood. Ronald's like, Hood, so do people call, what is your name? Like, what do people call you? Like, do people call you Chris? He was like, no, everybody call that Negro Hood. And then Marcus said he met you for the first time last night, so he's officially a rock star now. Hey, yeah, crab motion. They told me I clocked my T too hard last night, by the way, y'all.
It's just
wow. You did that at the show?
Yeah. Well, last night I was like, they was like, why you do it so hard? I was like, well, how you supposed to do it? Like,
I don't do it at all, but I get it.
Crab motion. That's what.
Yeah, that was crab.
Let's dive into this clip real quick, and let's talk a little bit here, because as we set it up, we're talking about influencing people, places, things, even thoughts and ideas that influence us, and how we can either overcome the things that are negative influence to us, or grow and build on the things that are positive influence to us. And so that's kind of what the topic will be as we move through the show. But I thought this clip was really good to that effect. So thanks so much, Rhonda, for this clip. Let's dive into it a little bit. Rhonda, if I lose you from the screen, I'm bringing you right back. You know how this goes. All right, here we go. Here we go, y'all. Check this out. This is our guy, our man, our friend, Sean Breed.
I told somebody the other day, I said, you giving somebody else the power to change you? Because they said this person did them so wrong that it changed their outlook on future relationships. I said, you gave that person that much power to reshape you, to transform you into something that if you saw yourself in the light that other people see you as, you would be ashamed of yourself. And you gave that person that much power just because they hurt you, just because they let you down to a degree that you've never been hurt before. You allowed that person to transform you and change you into something that you actually hated seeing in other people, but now you've actually become that person, and you try to justify your behavior by saying, nah, I'm smarter now, I'll never let that happen again. No, you bitter now. You get smarter, you move differently, you change your course of action for the next people, but you never change who you are. Never allow somebody to take those good qualities, the qualities that people fell in love with you for because it made you who you are. You don't give people that much power. Stay who you are, but change the people that you decide to give your best qualities to. Love.
And you know something about that, Zeke?
Right?
You know what's funny about that? And those of you that don't know Breed in real life who just watch him, dude talks like that all the time.
He
Am I
really
lying,
does.
Zeke? When we
That
sitting out to eat,
is
we be out to eat, he'll
demeanor
just turn around
all
with some
the time.
He's
This is
that
not a
old.
character you're seeing on screen
That's
when he
him.
talks like this. This is him. And I would tell you what, like I tell him, I was like, dude, you might be a prophet and don't even know it. Like that's what, because his words be so strong. And this one right here in particular hit me in a way because I was like, there are some folks who have made me act kind of, y'all know me to be the jovial and Zeke, and there's some folks who just get me to the point where I be like, man, F you nigga,
Right.
like, you know, and so this would hit Rhonda. Go ahead, give us the Rhonda on the Rocks take on this. What's up, Rhonda?
Yeah. So I think for me, when I watched this, it really made me do like a really quick self-evaluation of the people that I surround myself with.
Yeah.
Like, who is looking at me, not just looking at me, but who sees me for actually who I am? And what are these good qualities that make people want to be around me? What are the good qualities that make me who I am? And then how has that changed over the years? Like, what about me is different based on someone else's influence? And I think it happens a lot of times. And I know I go into romantic relationships all the time, but I feel like romantic relationships have such a big influence on who you are and your personality, especially if you're in a romantic relationship and it goes wrong. The first thing you say, I ain't never doing that again. I'm never going to behave like this again. I'm never going to, like love on a person or celebrate them more than I celebrate myself, and all of these things because of how somebody else did you. And so while I agree with Breed, I do 100%. I also know that is incredibly difficult to do because when that heart get punctured, it don't just heal up and you just move on. You remember that wound, right? Like when Brandon was talking about his car accident last night and how he had that little scar. Yeah. Scar is going to remind him of what he had been through and the things that he did to get him to that place. So in those situations, we have these scars, we have these, these wounds, these punctures, and we remember them. How do we then say, I acknowledge that this happened. I acknowledge that this wound is here and it's real, but I'm going to remain true to myself, who God created me to be. I feel like people who are in ministry have to deal with that a lot, remaining who they are and who God called them to be, even when they're dealing with people who mistreat them, people who, don't appreciate them, who use them. I feel like that is hard to do because you know who God called you to be. You know what kind of person you are. You know you love to give to the poor and all of the things that you love to do. How do you remain that way when the heart has been like hurt? So for instance, last night you Zeke purchased a meal for the young man that was in the restaurant that we were leaving, who was unhappy. Yeah, we
heard about that.
Yeah, he was unhappy. And that is who you are, right? Like you genuinely give to people who are in need. But what if he or you had some experience where you gave to somebody in need and then they went on the internet and like slandered your name, hypothetically, right?
Yeah.
That would change the fact that this is what I do. This is what I know I'm called to do. God spoke to you in that moment and said, this is what you needed to do. But sometimes that influence, like Bree said, the influence of other people can sometimes change us. So I am working on, and I encourage others to think about like, what is influencing you? Who is influencing you? Who are these people in your life that have the biggest influence on you? And how are you working to stay true to yourself despite those? Because some influence is good, right? Like it helps you become better. But then there's some influence where it's like, it's intention, the impact over intention. Like
yesterday,
what a person is saying is detrimental to you. That's the impact. Although their intention may never have been that, right?
Right.
of that influence can sometimes be detrimental to your.
So how do you handle being an influencer or influential person?
How do I handle?
Yeah, how do
being
you handle it? Because all of us have a sense. Because I know, not being funny, I know I'm an influential person when it comes to certain stuff with people. That's just the fact of the matter. And consider that. How do
You
you
better
deal?
clock your own T,
Oh,
Eric.
I mean, it's
Did I
true.
say it right, Rhonda? Clock your T. Did
No,
I say it right?
No, I definitely can't do that one. But how do you handle it? Being who you are, as seen in the public eye as an influencer. How do you handle, or how do you monitor what you do to influence others? How do you keep it where I feel like this, but I need to influence people to feel like this? How do you do that?
Yeah. I think for me, I thrive in spaces where there is feedback. I'm not afraid of feedback. I appreciate feedback.
Sure.
So, and Zeke knows this. Like, the first couple of times I was on the show, I texted him like, "Did everything go okay? Is there something that I can do differently? Like, what more do you know what I'm saying?"
Yeah,
Because
sure.
I want to make sure that my influence is impactful in a positive way, and not just I'm just getting on here just talking because Zeke invited me to. So I take feedback really to the heart, not to the point to where I get offended, but I know that I surround myself with people who want me to be better. And so feedback is huge to me when it comes to influence. And I just like I'm a work in progress. Like I said at the table last night when Rich was asking me about the video and stuff, I was like, I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I know. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I've done this before. I have not. So
Yeah, that was funny when
I
you
need-
said that. You was like, "No, this is overwhelming." I said that was so funny. When you was
Oh,
like, "I don't
that was
know
good.
that stuff. Just tell me." Like,
yeah, until I learn it, right? Like I'm an educator by trade. That's what I do in life. I've been teaching since I was probably a little girl. But I'm also very much a student. Like I love to learn. I learn from y'all all the time. Just being in y'all presence, I learn a lot about what I aspire to do. So I think when I think about influence, I also think about like, what am I learning from people who've done it? Right? Like I don't pretend to show up in spaces like I know everything that's going on. I'm gonna ask questions, even if I don't do it like openly. I'm gonna text that group chat like, now what did that mean? Ask Rich. Like we were in a meeting and everything he said, I was like, okay, now tell me more about that. Okay. I have no idea what that means. So I think you just have to be open to feedback, be open to like learning, and that is going to strengthen your influence. I know that was a winded response, but
No. That was really good. And I appreciate even the question, E, because of course, we're in the middle of Mental Health Awareness Month, so y'all know, of course, we've been engaged in all these wellness checks, making sure everybody's all right, making sure everybody's doing good, right? And when we think about that influence, like we're just looking at that clip, and what he said on that clip was, how do you let somebody take you out of yourself, who you know yourself to be? So I would even pose this question then to the people, do you really know who you are, in that sense? Do you really even know who you are, like that people really see you for, maybe people are seeing you and you don't even realize that you're of an influence to somebody else, like, because we're all influencing someone. We're talking about the influences on ourselves, but what about the fact that does go vice versa? You have an impact and an influence on somebody else that you may not even realize. You may not even know that's the case. And the way that they see you, that can be torn down in a quick moment because somebody else, some other knucklehead, that now I sounded real old when I just said that, some knucklehead. That's one of my daddy's words. Some knucklehead came on and but they took you out of yourself and out of who you are. And now these people, Rhonda, you said this earlier, in your commentary, you said that, preachers, for instance, have to deal with this. Preachers and people who are influencers. And, I think that's one of even the dangers with all of the quote unquote influencers that we have online, right? They don't recognize the power. It's like giving a chainsaw to a 3-year-old. They don't even know the power they're holding. And if you're not careful, you can tear a lot of stuff up, so I think a lot of times we have to recognize who we are and who people sometimes, who people see us to be. Not in a way that gives you so much pressure, because there's the other side of that that we've dealt with even on this show. The pressure that creates, because now you can't ever just get a moment. But, I think that video, to me, it tagged me right here, because there are times where I was the one who was, out of line, out of pocket. Somebody took me out of myself. If I get real vulnerable, I'm still working on relationships with my daddy, for instance. You know what I mean? Like, that took me out of pocket. There was a situation with that took me way out of pocket. I was just nope. And then I disappeared for a while. Like, these things really happen. Like, we really deal with this stuff. But, the other side of that is, and I'm so excited to get into this conversation in a moment here, there's always healing on the other side. Like, even when you better lift your hands and lift those dirty hands and praise them. You better.
That's why she went in last night.
Lift your hand. You can't even worship in peace.
You can. I was happy for you. I said she needed this.
She was getting her breakthrough, Eric.
You know what? Something you said about influential people too. And I know we gotta get the guest. You gotta go to a musical break.
Yep.
Why are there so many influencers who aren't influencing us to do anything? Have you not noticed that it's just an influx of people who are popular and famous for nothing? Yeah. They just stand there and look in the camera, and there's like millions of people pay this idiot to just sit there and look in the camera. I'm like, how are you? What makes you an influencer? Just because you have what's the rule to be an influencer? Is it because I have a lot of followers?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, do you have 1 million followers? That means because the endorsements come, the money come, because we're all monetized on social media right now. Aren't you monetized, Rhonda?
We're working on it. We're gonna get you monetized, Rhonda on the Rocks. Y'all gonna follow Rhonda on the Rocks so we can get her monetized, and so that she can get tickets to Cabo. Because I need a vacation.
Cabo trips. But I was just asking because I know, like, when I get paid through Meta, and like, okay, that's from that video. I got that much money from that. But some people aren't saying anything, and that's why I was just wondering, what's the qualifications to be an influencer?
It becomes, I think, just a job. Hood says is when you just have a lot of followers, and he's somebody who's monetized, and he can actually speak to that. He knows a lot of that stuff as well. We need to have maybe a conversation about that one day, But nonetheless, y'all, listen, we'll continue this. We're gonna continue this conversation. We did take a quick music break, and we're gonna get a special guest who's backstage. We're gonna get her on. I've been talking about this person for a while, y'all, so I'm excited. I hit her up yesterday, and I said, Dr. P, can you come on? So we go through this music break, and then we gonna get a chance to talk about something that I have been pushing and plugging. I know y'all sick of hearing me talk about it, but I told y'all gonna hear me talk about it at least 3 times an episode because I want to see y'all there. So let's do this quick music break right here, and then we coming back with our special guest, the one and only Dr. Patyia Freely, right here, y'all. I want to do this song right here. I want to hear this right here. I want to hear some Afro beats. I want to hear some where are they? Here it is right here. Then we coming right back. Eric, we only doing one song this time, so you got to take a quick nap, bro.
Exactly what I'm trying to do.
Quick morning nap, bro. Here we go. Here's Blanca with Worthy. Y'all know this is one of my favorites. Here it is.
Faithful. I can't even
And we are back, y'all. We are back. We are back. You are locked in with Zeke Live in the morning. Thank y'all so much for being here, for locking in. Thank y'all so much. Let me ask y'all this. Have y'all done all the things? Have y'all subscribed? Have you subscribed Zeke Locke over there? Y'all, we celebrating our first 100. We celebrating it, y'all. Yay. All right, y'all. Make sure y'all are locked in. And this morning, I'm particularly excited. I'm particularly excited because y'all know I have been announcing this thing right here. Oh, see, I be setting myself up and don't be having the cues ready. Zeke Locke, where you at? I've been announcing this event right here, and I'm excited for this special guest that's coming up here. She is the program director for the Community Healing Resource Center Network. Y'all hear me talk a lot about the work that we do, particularly around trauma healing, and healing people, healing our communities from the trauma of violence, particularly gun violence. And y'all know I can go into a whole spiel about that. So I'm going to shut my mouth and get this person to the stage because I get to talking about that for the next 10 minutes. Y'all know me. So here we go. Let's get back to the stage real quick. Eric back to the stage. Rhonda back to the stage. And y'all do me a huge favor and welcome the one and only Dr. Patyia Freely. Dr. P. What's up?
Good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
It's early in the morning. My coffee ain't kicked in yet. I can't represent the Lord without the caffeine. What y'all doing?
I know. I don't know whose idea it was to do morning shows. I don't know whose idea this was. That Zeke Locke character. He's wild for this.
Love it.
Yeah, man.
What's up, Dr. P? Welcome to the show. Thank you for jumping on with us this morning and coming on to talk a bit about the symposium tomorrow, because we've been announcing and talking about this symposium, Mental Health Awareness Month. You know, we talk a lot about mental health and getting people the help they need and healing from trauma and all of that stuff. We talk a lot about that on this show, and we've been announcing, of course, the Mental Health Symposium that's going on tomorrow, making a push for people to come to that. So I said, Dr. P, can you please come on and just let these people know I ain't lying about this symposium? Like, that is gonna be good. So, Dr. P, the program director of Community Healing Resource Centers of the program of Live Free Illinois. Tell the people so they don't think I'll be lying to them when I say the work that we do. Can you let them know a little bit about it, Dr. P?
Absolutely. Good morning, and thank you so much for having me. I am really excited to be here, and I was really inspired by what you all were saying. Like, I ain't no influencer, but I really feel excited about what you all were saying and just the transparency in the conversation. And so thank y'all so much. I peeped in here just a few minutes before I got brought on, so I've been listening to your conversation. So I think that speaks volumes to just what we're talking about in terms of the vulnerability, right? And just the things that we experience as a people in our communities. You know, I live on the south side of Chicago. Right. And I really feel strongly about what we're doing with the Community Healing Resource Centers. If I could just kind of step back and share with everybody why we exist, right? I don't know if you all have heard about this study, but it was recently released that data showed that 50% of the residents of the city of Chicago, Illinois, will have witnessed a shooting by the time that they are age 14. Let that sink in. 50% of the people that live in this city will have witnessed a shooting by the time that they're age 14.
Holy smack.
That's a lot of people that seen somebody get shot.
Yeah.
Some of these people would have actually incurred the violence themselves, or they would have witnessed it. And by the time you're age 14, in many situations, that's the first shooting that you witness, but that will not be the only shooting that you may
God. Yeah.
As you know, like, Chicago is it's a hyper local city, right? Like, people that are from Chicago, I realize, because I'm from Jersey. So this is the thing that I picked up on from Chicago. When you say you from Chicago, they want to know, firstly, what high school did you go to? Because that's the thing. Right? Yeah. I feel like everybody and their mama went to Whitney Young. I don't know why that is, right? But also, apart from that, like, what side of the city do you live on? And specifically, what community in that side of the city do you live on? Because it's that critical, is that specific. And when I talk about gun violence, is that specific. As you know, Chicago has 77 distinct communities within the proper city of Chicago. Mm-hmm. The shootings that we hear about on the news happens mostly in 60 of the 77 communities. So when we talk about this being a tale of two cities, when you have people who are very much like, oh my gosh, Chicago. Like people that I talk to in other parts of the country, they hear, oh, you live in Chicago, or you dodging bullets every day. Are you serious? Let's not do that. Especially you live in New York. What are you talking about, right? So also, though, there are people within this city, though, that have no concept of what it means to live in certain communities in this city. They have no concept of what it means to have to endure the sound of gunshots daily, to have to endure the thoughts of what's going to happen when I send my kid to school, or to endure the thoughts of, I don't think I want to have my grandkids come over here because I don't know what's going to happen based on what just went down here last month. And the fact that maybe there was a situation that occurred and there was no reconciliation of any accountability with that person losing their lives and things like that. When we talk about community healing, the root of that is the community. We don't in silos, right? I know that a lot of people on this, I got to get mine, and this rugged individualism and what happens in my house and me and mine and this for and no more. But actually, we really are very connected. And what happens in this house does affect what's going on in the house down the street and what goes on around the corner. When somebody's life is lost to gun violence in our communities, we all feel it. We're all connected. The person that's no longer here, they had a whole family. They had siblings. They had mates. They got a mama. They got aunties. They got kids. We all connected. We all feel this thing. And for these situations to continuously happen over and over and over again, I feel like oftentimes people may feel like they're desensitized. But I'm of the mindset that just because something happens a lot of times does not make it normal. And I will say this until I'm blue. It's unacceptable that kids are dying the way that they do in this city, like we ain't in the United States of America. That's not okay. And what we're not going to do is say, well, that's just what happens over here. In that community, that's just how it goes, where your life expectancy, you're not meant to see your 18th birthday. And celebrating turning 18 like they turning 50 because it's such an uncommon occurrence just among this certain demographic. That's unacceptable. And I'm not going to rest until we all find it to be unacceptable and we actively pursue things to show that it doesn't have to be that way. And so the community healing resource centers exist as a response to this, right? I don't know if, Zeke, you probably have heard the story. Our executive director, Reverend Sierra Bates Chamberlain, she is an organizer to her core. They were out canvassing in a community and they literally encountered a deceased body on the ground that was just a few feet away from a park. And authorities hadn't even shown up yet. So it's just like this person that's not even been treated with dignity and humanity. We are just going about our day. It's kids out here. It's adults out here. Like who's
that part?
And she was saying that not only has this impacted the family of the person that we are witnessing laying on the ground that's not been attended to yet, but this whole community is being affected by this. And how many times has this situation happened? This is not the part that makes it on the 6 o'clock news. It's just like, oh, this person was shot, this insert, age and, gender here and like rinse and repeat for the next day. But humanizing this thing. This person was a part of a community. They had a family. They represented a connection. A whole 200 people could have been connected to this one life. And so community healing resource centers comes up behind a situation like that and say, hey, listen, firstly, we're going to acknowledge the fact that this is not okay, right? We are definitely Christians. We believe in the Lord Jesus Christ and his redemptive power. But what we're not going to do is spiritually bypass the fact that this is a messed up situation. Oh, well, the Lord we're not doing that. We're not doing that. What we will do is say that this is not okay. This is not normal. You have the right to feel your feelings. You're not supposed to go within yourself and become isolated and let all of these things start to torment you, nor is it okay for you to be expected to be resilient and have the grit or whatever it is, just so you can keep pushing through and keep it moving to the next thing, because that's just the reality of life. And so the healing resource centers, as you know, Zeke, you all do tremendous work in this, especially in the area of musical therapy and helping to minister to the soul of people through sound.
Yeah.
What's going on in your ears? What's influencing? You talked about influence a little while ago. What's influencing? What's coming in your eye gates and your ear gates that's really influencing your behavior? Similar to like the music that we listen to, like, these drills and all of this going on, that's influencing people too. So what happens on the other side of that? When you bring a sound of healing, right, into a person and minister to the soul. And I think that the Community Healing Resource Centers is an extraordinary example of how we can minister to the soul of people and also connect into their mental health, because the two are very much connected. Your soul being your mind, really your emotions, right? And so tomorrow, what we're gonna do is to minister to the souls of the people through a sound, but also equip the people with tools in ways that they can be able to say, hey, listen, I realize there's some things that I may have been experiencing that I'm not quite sure. I don't really have the language for it, right? And I really want to see myself be in a different situation, or I might see somebody else that's in my life that's struggling, and I really don't know what to do about that. Have you all heard of Stop the Bleed? It's basically this bystanders training for if you actually witness a shooting, what an everyday person can do to basically sustain a person's life until a professional gets on the scene. I envision tomorrow is kind of being like a Stop the Bleed for mental health. Like everybody got somebody in their community and definitely in your family. Just let him stay in the room. It's okay. He's just, no, let's not do that. Let's not just let them stay in the room, because no, that person is in your family. God, you share grandparents with that person. Let's not do that. And so I think that people just could use wonderful tools and being like, how can I come along somebody that may be struggling with their mental health? And I'm especially insistent on making sure we do this with our young people, because we got a lot of parents that's struggling to understand what's going on with my kid. I see them doing this all the time. I just don't know what to do to connect with them. And the situation, we on the other side of it and saying, I never thought my son would. I never thought my daughter could. But guess what? We're in this situation where we're seeing that it looks like your son has and your daughter did. Had no idea. This person living in your house, emptying your refrigerator, but you had no idea that they were on a trajectory for violence. But have is some incredible resources and some wonderful experts that this is what they do. They go out and they are experts in working in youth behavior and experts in connecting with young people where they are. From the neuroscience of violence beginning in your brain, right, to just really breaking it down to how is it that I can recognize what's going on with my young person, and not just recognize it, come alongside them to be able to make sure that I can intervene as a parent that cares and not just be a bystander and wait to get a phone call that nobody wants to get. And so that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. We're going to be at the Morgan Arts Complex, right, a few blocks off of White Sox Stadium, 3622 South Morgan. We're going to start around 9 o'clock, get y'all some breakfast, get you some good coffee, get some things in there to get you nourished. And we're going to kick the day off. And I don't know if the cat has been let out the bag. Zeke, I text you updated symposium flyer earlier, but we're going to be blessed with the presence of Pastor Charles Jenkins tomorrow. He's going to go in a segment that's going to really bring together this musical element of how music can really minister to the soul of the people, how we can recapture our joy. Here we go. Yeah. Situation where, Reverend Sierra Bates Chamberlain, we're going to get it going and really just talk about healing justice and the sounds that can help to restore us, right? He said, you restore my soul, right? The sound is a part of that. And we're really excited to be able to offer this to the community. Everybody is welcome to come out and join us. We're going to feed you real good. We're going to feed you physically, but we're going to also feed your spirit and your soul. We want everybody to come out and feel enriched, because listen, we recognize we're not living in easy times right now, right? Yeah. I don't think it's been great for us ever in this country, but it's especially weighty right now. So what we want to do is equip people with the tools that they need for the journey forward, because this is a marathon, not a sprint. This is going to be a one-day event, but we're praying that this is going to be an event where we'll be able to equip people with tools that they can take along with them and use next week and tomorrow and next month, and whatever it is that you may be facing on the other side of this symposium. We want people to have the tools to be able to handle the things that they face and not feel like they got to do it alone. We're going to do it together. That's why I say we're going to center our communities, because that's the only way we're going to move forward, is to do it together. So I hope to be able to see everybody out tomorrow. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Absolutely. Man, Dr. Pete, thank you so much for the explanation of the symposium, because I've been telling the people, come on out. And I know it's a few people that's here that are coming tomorrow. They've already told me they're coming. They've signed up and all that stuff. So I'm really particularly excited about that one. And I've been telling everybody, I said, y'all, this is totally free. I've been telling everybody two things. I've been saying usually when you see these symposiums, they're geared towards people who work in the field, but this one is different because it's not that it's not for people who work in the field, but it's just that the focus on this one is really on the community, giving them those tools and making them do that. But then the second thing I've been telling them is that it's free. It's free, Nathan. That you just show up, like, well, I've been telling them, no, scan the QR code. We need to know how many going to be there. Like, please scan it and register. Please register. But that is free, and these things usually are not free. You pay $100 for a registration fee for something like this. No, this is free because the work is just that important from the standpoint of community healing resource centers, from the standpoint of Live Free. The work is just that important. And you hit on something, around, we talked about the violence that people may experience directly, that direct impact of violence. But you hit on something that's really at the heart of the CHRCs. For those of y'all who don't know, CHRC, Community Healing Resource Center Network. We got our own little language. We got our own little acronyms.
Yeah,
acronym. It looks like church, right? It's church. That's CHRC, church. That's what. This is church, y'all. Church outside the four walls.
Yeah.
Well, we talk about people who have been directly impacted by stuff, but those who have been indirectly impacted are often ones who don't think about their trauma because, like you said, the story with Reverend Sierra, when they were out, like, this is a deceased body laying on the ground right there. Kids had to see this. Other folks saw it. Those who were organizing and canvassing saw it. They did not go out that day expecting to see a dead body on the ground. Like, so now what does that do to the body, to the mind? What is that? So the indirect impact of trauma is also something that has to be dealt with. If you're, and I use this example all the time, if you're walking out of, if you're walking out of your home or out of your church or out of your job that's in your community and you're doing this every time you looking over your shoulders and stuff, that's trauma. That's a trauma because you can go to some other neighborhoods like maybe in Naperville or Wilmette or something, and you're not doing that. You might even leave your doors unlocked at night, but in our community is not the case. And so that's why we're doing this symposium. We've been telling folks that's why we've been doing it. I want to do this real quick, Dr. P, because I know you got, I don't want to hold you too long, but if you can, Miss Rhonda on the Rocks that's here. Rhonda, Dr. P, y'all meet each other there. Y'all are good. Rhonda works in the school system, and you hit on not knowing what our kids are doing. They're on their phones all day. They're not knowing what they're doing. Rhonda, I'm gonna set this up for you to be able to kind of talk back and forth a little bit with Dr. P, because Dr. P, one of the things that you did, one of the stories that I've told your story here, I use you all the time about the failure to thrive situation, how our kids need some, so even babies need that. So I'd like to maybe just for a moment here talk about young people and how they how they need this work and stuff like that. And Rhonda, you see this every day. You dealing with a whole bunch of stuff with your school systems right now. That's
literally just got a call. Like, please, you're trying to do a morning show. Everybody sit down.
So Rhonda, I don't know, like maybe ask Dr. P something about, maybe some something that you're dealing with, because Dr. P is an expert in this field. I just, she's somebody you can hit up all the time.
Yeah. So first, let me say thank you so much for just being here. We need this information. It is vital for us to have this information. Those of us who live in the city of Chicago, work in the city of Chicago, especially with young people. Like I said, I'm an educator, so I have a passion for our kids and our youth. And I guess I'd just like to know for our parents, because I'm starting to be in a space where I'm like frustrated with parents, because how do you not know? What are you like? Where are you at mentally that your child has a firearm under their pillow?
Yeah.
And when the police come to your house, you're like, what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or we show you pictures that your child has posted online of thousands of dollars. Where are they getting this money from? Or large amounts of marijuana and other drugs and firearms. And it's on social media.
Yeah.
It's not like, it's just in their phone and their hidden phone. No, they have posted this for the world to see. And when we call you, you either want to have us blocked because you don't want to hear from us.
Right.
Two, you're like in total shock.
Yeah.
And I know that times are hard, right? I feel like everybody works more than one job almost. Like I definitely do. I know a ton of people who like have to have multiple streams of income. So I can only imagine having children on top of that. So I don't want to be insensitive because I know parents have to work, but your children are also a priority, right? And I just feel like our parents, I feel like there are a lot of resources out there, but what stops parents from being receptive to those resources? Because as a school district, like we offer as much as we can to our parents to try to bridge that gap between their student and them, because clearly there's a gap. Nobody knows what's going on with the other. And we're just in a different time with our children. So said all that to say, let me bring it back. How do we get our parents to be more receptive to the resources like the CHRC or, just other community-based resources that can help support them with their child?
Yeah, I love that question. Thank you so much. I do. You brought me back to, I recently attended a meeting that was held through CPS. This is something that I really wasn't aware of. There's a certain segment of CPS that is distinctly developed just to respond to students who have passed away in CPS. They were hosting this meeting of community and faith-based organizations. And one man asked, how many people in here are parents? And a lot of people raised their hands. And they said, how many people in here who are parents help their kids with homework? And not even a third of the hands were raised.
What?
Why don't you help your kids with their homework? A number of them were like, well, I don't really have time, was one of them. Another one said, I don't really understand it. This method they're doing, I don't understand it. It feels like there's this disconnect between the overwhelm of the expense of raising kids, to your point. Like I gotta work and my work takes a lot out of me. And I hear you, because I'm not here to come for the parents too, but yes, your kids are definitely your responsibility. It's not like I just feed them, I house them, and you do all that over there, right? I feel like that kind of can be the overtone of the narrative that comes off. And I am a ride out. Like if you want to get me riled up, start talking about young people like they respond to themselves, because I'm definitely not here for that conversation. If you show a rude young person, I'm coming for who raised you. Like when you know how you tighten up when it's older people or your grandmother, you're not gonna say just anything around them, right? And you to not do that. So if you got young people that can just flip all these verbs and say whatever around their elders or whatever, I'm looking at, well, who raised you? Because you didn't teach yourself manners and good behavior. So I am not going to absolve anybody of their responsibility, but I will go back to the adage of it does indeed take a village, right? People do need to help. I feel like parents are more overwhelmed, and I think that there is unfortunately a sense of shame of, I really do not feel like I have the capacity to do what is really being called upon me to be able to fully show up for my kid the way that I should be. All of it. Not what I expected. All that I go through at work to just barely make ends meet, and all that's going to be required. And this thing, it's a lot to come up against. Know that you know this as an educator. It's a lot to contend with the phone. And so I think
for me as an adult, so I can only imagine for kids. Like I'm always on my phone.
It's too much. The human brain don't finish developing until you're 25. The insurance company figured this out years ago. That's why your car insurance is so high until you're 25, because they know you're going to make mistakes because your decision making isn't fully developed. Your impulses aren't fully developed. And so you put people in these very interesting situations. You may add substances into it, and it's just like this hodgepodge of it's going to be explosive, right? So not to be evasive about your question, I think that it's a very solid one. I think that there will have to be very strategic collective ways to be able to support parents so that they can better show up for their kids, right? Because just like we were saying tomorrow, we're going to have people that can directly speak to, these are the signs that you can look for. These are the questions that you can ask. This is how you can help your team connect with you, instead of giving these closed sentence yes or no answers. When you ask them how their day was, it was fine, it was all right, yeah, whatever. But how can you go into deeper into what's going on with your child, so you're not so surprised if something happens, or you can actually intervene before something happens, right? Things that happen with these young people, 13, 14, 15 years old. Like, what is going on?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that we all so unaware, but this thing keeps happening over and over and over again? We're not trying to profile the kids, but we definitely see some patterns. So let's learn and stop being so reactive and start being proactive. So I agree with that. I think that there is something that is to be said about approaching parents, and I'm not saying to coddle them, but to your point of not desensitizing or being insensitive to the severity of their situation. But yeah, we're gonna have to be lovingly forceful, if we can use it.
For sure.
Yeah, I know it's rough, but we still got to do this. We gonna do our things, but we gonna do it together. I get it. It's tough. You may not understand this math question. You might be a little bit behind the 8 ball, but let's push past the shame of the fact that you're the parent and you don't feel like you're doing the greatest job at parenting if we look at it in its totality. But we in this thing with you. The teacher is not your adversary. You don't have to block me like I'm coming for you like that. Let's do this thing together. It's not just my job to educate your kid. Let's start there. Like, education should be something that happens in a co-created space between the parent, the home, and the school system, not just, oh, I feed them and you teach them, you know? So I love the fact that we're recognizing that there's something that has to be done with parents. And I love the fact that the CHRCs does kind of connect both of these things, because we embrace community is all of us. I love programming. I'm a youth advocate to the day. This is what I do. I've been stuff for the last 20 years, right? But I recognize in order to be able to help a young person, you have to influence the things that help encompass that young person's life. That's their community, that's their family, that's their household, that's their friends, that's their parents. The people who impact that young person is how you help young people, not just doing a program with young people. And so they encourage us all to be able to rally around parents. And sometimes you have that rapport. I know that there are a lot of not so great examples, Rhonda, but you got a couple of parents that's going to hear from you. You can do it to the side, like, hey, let me put something in your ear, because they know your heart sincerely for their child. They going to hear from you, even if you have to say something that's not so pleasant, because they want the best outcome for their child. And I think that the way that we continuously convey that is, hey, let's keep this about your child. Let's all agree on the fact that this is about the kids. It's not about your feelings. It's not about my feelings. What can we agree on that we can do to make sure we get better outcomes for our kids? Because at the end of the day, nobody wants to go to another funeral of a person that has their 18th birthday. How absurd. When is enough going to be enough? Not so outlandish and overwhelming that it keeps happening that we just going to accept this. But we do have to kind of get the resolve to say we're going to keep fighting until we see this thing change. But it's going to take all of us. It really is. I hope I didn't sound too idealistic, but honestly.
No, I think it makes a lot of sense. And I think what I took most from everything that you shared is that we also have to create space for kids to just be.
Yes. Yes.
I hate when people say, all you got to do is go to school. That's your job. Well, don't you be tired from your job? Doesn't your job exhaust you sometimes? Don't you get overwhelmed by work and you want to come home and lay down?
Yeah.
Kids feel that way too.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Except we turn to substances. We have us a glass of wine when we get off or more.
It's true. It's so true. Yeah.
But kids are not allowed to do that. Right? They're not allowed to be tired. They're not allowed to be stressed. They're not allowed to be sad. And so they turn to other things or other spaces that allow them to just be. Right? They with their friends who are into activities that maybe you don't want your child involved in, is because they just get to be. So I think we have to create space for kids to just be. Ask your kid, teach me something. I don't care if you don't know how to dance. Learn the TikTok dance.
That's awesome.
Do it. It goes a long way. It really does. Because then they don't feel like everybody's just telling me what to do. They're trying to download all of this information from school, from home, from church, from Boy Scouts, from everywhere. They're trying to retain all of this information, and they never get an opportunity to say, well, let me show y'all what I'm actually into. I taught preschool. And parents used to ask, I really want my baby to learn how to read. Well, your baby like horses, buy them books about horses.
That's awesome. Connect the interest.
So then that's something they're excited about. What is your kid excited about? If they're excited about God forbid, but I mean, this is what a lot of our kids are excited. If they're excited about vaping, let's read up on the long-term effects of vaping. I can tell you all day not to vape. But if I tell you your lungs gonna explode in the next 5 years and you read that for yourself, maybe that will make a difference. Maybe not. So what are you doing? You're reading, you're comprehending, and you're sending a message to your child, and you're spending time together. Look how many birds you're killing with one stone.
Yes.
You're taking something that's negative and trying your best as a parent to turn it around. That's 1 hour maybe out of your day. I don't care if it's at 2 o'clock in the morning when you get off work. They up anyway on that phone.
That part.
It's not like they're in the bed. Everybody get up. It's 2 a.m. Come on.
Listen, and the healing for the parents can come for the kids.
Hello.
This is what I'm finding out, and you probably know this as an educator. Most parents don't know that they got ADHD until the child get diagnosed with ADHD. Like, not that we here for labels. Let me be very clear. I'm not here for labels, but I do believe that when your executive function is challenged and all of this, it will impact your life in ways that we are forced to mask, right? And it just makes the world of navigating education and all of that just unnecessarily challenging, right? Get the tools that you need so you can be successful according to how your brain works, right? But what we find is a lot of parents recognize, like, wait a minute, you're saying all these things about my kids. I've been going through this since I was 8. You know what I'm saying? So I
think we all got a few of them letters. I think ADHD. I think all of us have a few of them letters than we want to talk about.
I'm pretty sure I got them.
I mean, nothing, right? And so the whole thing is that we can help the parents through helping kids in the way that's like not threatening. And again, we're not trying to show you up, but look, we can work through, again, community. Let's do it together. And you don't have to put parents in a space where like I'm showing up your deficits. It's that when we help to find the strengths in your kids, you can, guess what? Extract your own strengths, because guess what? The things that are passed down to your kids that are the wonderful things you love about them, they probably came from you too. The fact that you're so creative and curious and have a propensity to be able to do certain things naturally, guess what? You have the same gifts too, but maybe nobody ever spoke to those things and exhorted you to be able to work and move and walk into those things. Or with just so many other pressing things like surviving that we had to focus on, that we didn't have the chance to really narrow down on those things. I love what you just said about that. Absolutely 100% that we can heal the whole household when we start working through the kids in a way that incorporates the entire family and parents. We all gonna be winning when we get on the other side of this thing. We're gonna do it together. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that, Rhonda.
Of course.
Of
course.
We
need to connect. So
Rhonda, we still got to have our conversation around CHRC stuff too, Rhonda. I thought we'd get into that a little bit last night. That's why I wanted you to meet Dr. P though, because being our program manager, she is our program director. I'm sorry, she is a hub for all of these sites. I've of course got the site in Roseland and Morgan Park, but it's like I've told you, Rhonda, we've got sites all over the state actually.
Kankakee, we in Rockford, we in the suburbs. Waukegan. We're in 10 different locations throughout the state of Illinois, because guess what? I mean, things go down in Chicago. We started in Chicago with 6 sites between the South and the West Side, but guess what? Chicago problems migrate outside of Chicago.
That part.
The way it goes down in Kankakee is not Chicago. It's an hour away, but it's Kankakee. It's not Chicago. What the things that we do to approach things in Kankakee need to be custom fit for what happens in the context of Kankakee, such as in Waukegan and Rockford, right? And in Springfield and Champaign, East St. Louis, right? So we're looking to expand to 16 sites on the other side of this budget session. Y'all pray for us. It's going to be at the end of this month.
Work it out, Lord.
He can do it. The thing is, we need this everywhere. Big city problems exist outside of big cities, but it's going to take a local approach no matter where you are. And I am a proponent of people already know how to basically be instrumental in solving their problems. Sometimes they just need resources. They need to solve problems. If you live in a situation 24 hours a day, that is the definition of an expert, not somebody with a PhD that's been in a college somewhere, all the way across town. That's all I've done is read data and done research. And I never lived in that experience, not one day in my life.
Yeah.
Expertise exists in the community. So the answers exist in the community. So when we start to come up with solutions, guess who we need to ask first? The community. Instead of making so many assumptions about what you think is best for somebody else's life when you ain't lived a day in their shoes and their experience. That's another story for another time. I keep y'all on here till 10 o'clock. I believe that it starts in the community, and the CHRCs exist to prop up and support the strengths that already exist within our communities. So I thank y'all.
Dr. P. Oh my goodness, y'all. Listen, y'all, this was amazing. And Dr. P, there's some people in here who was all saying hello to you. I want to make sure they acknowledge them. Demisha is here. You know, Demisha from Rockford. She's here. I'm trying to find her comment so I can put it up there, but she's here. I saw it in there. She's here. And let's see. That's Sister Fricks that she's there. Yeah, so they're on what I saw. Pastor Caples in here. I can't find none of these comments. I should have starred them. I should have put a star next to them so I can find them later. But all of these people are here. They all saying hey to Dr. P. One more time, y'all. Tomorrow morning, this right here, the Mental Health Awareness Month Symposium. Tomorrow, absolutely free. Come on out. We gonna be up in there. We gonna be up, and it's gonna be good. You heard it right there. And we doing all this stuff. The Sounds of Healing. Pastor Charles Jenkins will be there. Reverend Sierra will be there. You get a chance to come see me. I'm gonna be there. You get a chance to see Dr. P. You see the amazing, phenomenal woman that she is. She's gonna be there. Listen, and some of y'all gonna be there, so I'm excited about that. Pastor Bill, he's with us on Wednesdays. He'll be there. And Dr. P, you hit on something that and we'll have to come back another time when we do another advocacy day. I have to have you on. Artenise had a situation I was gonna have her on because we were talking about the advocacy day too. Okay. I've been talking about Live Free all the time on this show. So they probably sick of hearing me talk about Live Free, but they ain't logged off yet, so I'm assuming it's all right.
All free. Keep talking about it.
Yes, ma'am. Well, y'all, listen, Dr. P, I want to say thank you so much for coming on here today. Now that people know I ain't lying when I'm talking about this event. Now they know I'm not a liar when I'm saying we're doing this, and it's free, and it's going to be really impactful. It's really going to be helpful, and this is a resource that we need. We can do a whole lot of talking about our kids. We can do a whole lot of talking about our mental health. We can do a whole lot of talking about ways that we can improve. But when people offer these types of resources, especially for free, it's a really good idea to come on out, y'all. So please come on out tomorrow. Dr. P, you got any last words for the people before we go to our next music break and keep on this conversation? And you can stay on if you want to. I will say that much. But I know you're busy with a million things going until tomorrow. So I'm no pressure there. But, but if you got any words for the people, any last words real quick?
Hey, listen, yeah, absolutely. Like, seriously, we're really not free until we're all free. Like, when you think about what it means to live free, it doesn't mean that I need to hold myself in my house so I can stay safe. That's not freedom. Right? Let's do the things that we got to do so we can have a sense of community and experience the joy that we're entitled to experience as the children of God. We can do this together. Let's be encouraged. Let's give ourselves the tools that we deserve to have so we can live thriving lives. Let's not spiritually bypass the realities of what we experience in, but let's also make sure that we invest in our own healing so we can help others heal, and let's do it together. Thank y'all so much for your time.
Hey, y'all do me a favor. Y'all give Dr. P some love for jumping on here, and I want y'all to register. There is a registration code in the description, in the show description. So you all please go ahead and check that out. When you get a chance, you can, even if you're watching on YouTube, I keep telling y'all, YouTube is the better experience. It's better than Facebook and Twitch and all that. If you watch it on YouTube, because you can actually click on that link right now if you're interested in coming. Now I had some people that told me they was coming, but I don't know if they registered, Dr. P.
Register, everybody register.
Yes, register. Because people will say they come and then they don't come, So please register, y'all. You got to register. That will really help us out if you do that. Y'all, one more time, thank you to Dr. P. Let's take a music break right here. Dr. P, thank you so much for being here. Y'all show us some love right there. And we will see y'all tomorrow at the Symposium. We're coming right back after this music break with Pastor Rich Holmes. Y'all right here. Here it is right here, editorial. Y'all know I love this song right here. I'm in my Afro beats today. So here we go. Thank you, Dr. P. We love you.
Everybody, thanks so much. Good to meet you all.
Hands on the beat. It's within my nature. sometimes when I live righteously and holy. Why do I have to go astray? Forever want your eyes on me. Mwari, inindo funga kuti, natata papi. It's all me, I know. The evidence all around me, you are here, I know. So stay with me. Oh, Papa God, won't you stay with me? Yeah. From my nanny, stay with me. Say you'll be there. Stay with me, Papa. Oh, no, I ain't perfect. Obstacles will test my faith, inhibiting purpose. I tripped up one too many times. When I fall, I'll rise again. It's all me, I know. The evidence all around me, you are near, I know. So stay with me. Oh, Papa God, won't you stay with me? Yeah. From my nanny, stay with me. Say you'll be there. Stay with me, Papa. Oh, don't turn your face away from me. I know this life without you, it's lonely. I'm overwhelmed. Please don't turn your face away from me. I know this life without you, it's lonely. I'm overwhelmed. Stay with me. Oh, Papa God, won't you stay with me? Yeah. From my nanny, stay with me. Say you'll be there. Stay with me, Papa. So stay with me. Oh, Papa God, won't you stay with me? Yeah. From my nanny, stay with me. Say you'll be there. Stay with me, Papa. Oh,
Stay.
Pretend this right here is like, yo, you even paying attention? Nah, seriously, you've been looking outside the whole FaceTime chat.
Sing, Rhonda.
Go take a walk.
Oh.
Get some fresh air, some oxygen up in your nostrils. We'll talk about this later.
I'll get you though. We're gonna get this TikTok done.
All right, for sure.
All right. See you later.
Be blessed. Yo,
All right.
take it.
Bye.
I've been blessed up, I've been broke down. Gotta catch up, gotta shine now. Running faster, I can't slow down. Gotta catch up, gotta shine now. Cause I've been blessed up, I've been broke down. Gotta catch up, gotta shine now. Running faster, I can't slow down. Gotta catch up, gotta shine now.
I got the juice. Wait a minute, run it back. I got the truth. Real talk to rebel to rehab. We been headed. Don't mind every hash. I'm teaching the youth. Remember, we was always seeking his face. Running up the charts was never the race. Buy a ticket to the show and you might get to heaven on it. Boy, we leaking with grace. Dripping. Don't poke foes, but the foes stay tipping. Nigga one day about the Lone Star flipping. Man, the first lady got our first lady on a playlist. I'm tripping. We too blessed. Handed the Lord on the set. See what he finna do next. Shawty hit me on my jack and said, jump on the track. I said, run it up. I'm feeling blessed.
I've been blessed up, I've been broke down. Gotta catch up, gotta shine now. Running faster, I can't slow down. Gotta catch up, gotta shine now. Cause I've been blessed up, I've been broke down. Gotta catch up, gotta shine now. Running faster, I can't slow down. Gotta catch up, gotta shine no escape. See the top and the lows, hold me down, I'ma grow. You should peep who you woes, you exposed, you a clone. Disappearance, now your worth looking real low like a clearance. Got you giving up, whoa, with the perseverance. Gotta stick to it even with the interference. Gotta stay prayed up, yeah, I'm talking about the spirit, ooh yeah, ayy. That's a slut now, I ain't gotta flex, no stunt now, yeah, I've been down, no bluff now, yeah, I've been down, but I'm up now, so pull up with the test, won't flunk now. I ain't gotta stress now, I ain't gotta fuss now. I just gotta go and live my best, you know what now, cause I'm up now, yeah, yeah. I've been blessed up, I've been rolled out, gotta catch up, gotta shine now, running faster, I can't slow down, gotta catch up, gotta shine now.
Now let me tell y'all about really living blessed up. See, I've been at the lowest of lows and I've been at the highest mountaintops. And the one thing that I found out is, it's not about the platform, it's not about the network, it's not about the paper chasing, but it's all about the purpose chasing. You see, what you've gone through has made you, and it's actually the reason why you blessed. So go on, turn up the music and don't stress, cause the season you in right now, just give it a little time and it'll prove you blessed. My top.
Blessed up.
We back. Hey, y'all, we back. We's back. Y'all, this has been amazing so far. This has been amazing. Shout out to Dr. P. We're so glad that she was on with us this morning. That conversation, if you didn't get a chance to hear that and you're watching us on YouTube, you could actually rewind and go back and watch it. Or you can just log in a little bit later and watch it. But if you have not already, please make sure you're doing all the things. Make sure you're subscribed over here on YouTube and got your notifications on and all that stuff. And then follow us on Facebook. Do all those things. We want to see you. We've, of course, been talking about the mental health symposium that's going on tomorrow. So please make sure if you're not doing anything, you come out, but register. There is a registration link in the description on the, actually it's on all the platforms. There's a description that says, register here. So you can click on that. It'll take you right to the form to be able to register. It is absolutely free, but we do want to keep track of the numbers. So y'all, please go ahead and sign up. All right, y'all, let's do this conversation. We're unpacking influence today. What is the influence that people have on us? What is the influence that different places have on us? What is the influence that different situations, different thoughts and ideas? Let's unpack that a little bit. But before we do that, let's get a few people back to the stage real quick. Let's bring some folks back to the stage. Let me get a good track to bring them to the stage. I'm feeling this one. I'm feeling my Afro vibe today. That's the wrong track. Hold on, wait a minute. I don't know the names of my tracks. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's bring them to the stage real quick. Here's, of course, Rhonda and Eric. And Eric, what in the world?
Damn, look.
Did it get good? Y'all, let's bring to the stage right here our one and only Pastor Rich Holmes, everybody. Y'all welcome Pastor Rich Holmes.
Now, Rich don't look sleepy like the rest of us.
Yeah, because Rich got on later than all the rest of them. But Rich did have the longest drive. He definitely had the longest drive.
Man.
That is a drive. Every time it's a drive. It's great. Man. But it's all right, though. We made it through. What's up, everybody?
We made it.
Yeah, man.
You can see how Eric's feeling.
Man, I'm out of it. And I was glad to hear that song from Rhonda. One Day in Rhonda. That was a good remix. You was killing it too. I'm like, she's singing her heart out.
I had to unmute my mic. I said, "Sang, Rhonda."
It just really, what happens in our house can't never just stay in our house.
Oh no, the whole world heard that.
It can't never just stay in the private chat. It's always got to come out on YouTube.
No, the thing was when you were singing, it was out on YouTube. That was out. Everybody heard it.
Okay, thank you.
But you sounded great.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, at least you were singing. You could have been singing Santa Hub. You could have been. You could have been like, "Ding!" You could have been sounding like Cookie Monster. Serve me up my cookie.
Or men's choir. Hey.
With dancing
Keep
too.
on walking by faith.
Oh, you got to do.
It's a friend song right there to keep on walking by faith. Listen, they hate when me and Squire sing that. Rhonda, was you dancing too?
When
I imagine you was swaying while you was singing and really like
trying
going.
to read my emails.
I was trying to do the same thing. I was emailing back and forth to people. I was trying to check into something and do all that.
Yeah.
But I get it. Dude. Eric was taking a nap. He had a pillow over his head. That was
hey, you almost heard it. If I had this muted, y'all would have heard some noises coming. It was Rich. It's been rough. I can't not, man. Rough. She was a great guest.
Yeah, so y'all see who I be talking about, and we didn't get into this conversation because we went a different way. So I have to have her on again some other time because she's the one I got that story from about how she got into it about with the babies out in New Jersey with the failure to thrive, and so the church she was at when she was out there in New Jersey. She's from New Jersey. I don't know if y'all heard the accent. She's from New Jersey. She talks like Ree. She sounds like. Yeah, it's that East Coast accent. But she was talking about how their church started a ministry with kids, and it was something simple, just taking grandparents who were doing nothing else to go to the hospital to hold babies because they found out there was a disproportionate number of babies who were passing away as a result of failure to thrive. They had nobody to just hold them, to just touch them, and so having folks come in and just do that, like that was such a ministry to her. That was, and that opened her eyes. She was like, no, I'm gonna go get my doctorate in this. And she changed from going to the corporate world. I'm telling her whole story. Like, I'll let her come back and tell the story. But it's a very inspirational story. It's a very influential story because we're talking about the power of influence. The power of influence. And I think that that's a good influence. Like, that pastor that she had who said, no, you know what, this is an impact that we can have on our community that can be of positive impact. And it had influence, obviously, on the congregation to go out and get involved and get active and go do something. So there are times where influence, of course, is very positive in our lives and it changes the very trajectory of our lives. And then there are other times where influence just ain't so good. And, there are times, oh my God, Eric. Where you like KKK hood from? Like,
hey man, it's getting real out here.
Grim Reaper.
I'm still
dun 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 dun.
Hero
like Star Wars over here.
Mortal Kombat.
We're talking about failure to thrive, and here he comes.
Right.
Wow. Well, I'm failing miserably this morning.
Lord have mercy.
The failure is resting on me this morning because I don't know why I can't wake up. It's rough.
Well, we was out till 1 o'clock in the morning. Like,
lift up your hands.
Then the fact that Rhonda talking about me with her eyes are this wide open is hilarious.
You're in my business.
Not the lashes. We see you every day. Them not lashes. That's sleep. I just say I'm sleeping.
Rhonda about to
I am sleeping. I'm not out here by myself.
You better. She got that look, Eric. There you go.
She can't say nothing. Watch it.
Rhonda, let me ask you this question, Rhonda. Is he influencing right now
yes, he's
to take you out of yourself like Breed was talking about?
Yes, he's influencing how I'm going to show up on this camera. That's what he's influencing right now.
But mother's here. You can't say too much.
My mom knows her child. Let's be very
clear. Not every your mother's here. You can't say too much.
Past star Cynthia knows her child, baby, and she would. My mom knows. She'll tell people like, maybe you just should not say too much to Rhonda because you know how she gets. The sweetest person in the world, but like, please be kind to me back because if not.
Were you on the to the room that just left you in the room? Were you the one?
Say what?
Were you the child that just left in the room by himself? You know how Ron.
I wasn't.
No.
If I got in trouble, at home, I didn't get in trouble in school. Absolutely not. That was no, sir. I wanted to live to see this day. So no, I didn't get in trouble in school. But if I got in trouble at home, my parents didn't ever send me to my room. I had to sit at the kitchen table because I love to read. So I would go in my room and read. It was like vacation to me. Like, oh, y'all want to send me to my room? I can't do no chores or nothing. Perfect. Send me upstairs to my room. So they would make me sit at the kitchen table and like read the dictionary or read the Bible. So,
But you like to read, so that wasn't really punishment, right?
well, reading the Bible at the time, because it was the KJV. It wasn't, the Message, the Passion Translation, ESV, none of that. It was straight King James Version. And, Eric, I'm sure you read the Bible and get a little sleepy.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. It's happened. And Mama, what did you do to us? I remember a lot of stuff when we acted.
Well, you know what they're doing now to the kids? They make them do the Drew Hill dance.
I would wear my kid out. If Deja was still a kid, she'd be doing that for about 2 hours.
Y'all will see video.
The wildest thing.
Hey, and that one leg is strong though.
Yeah.
They kick a football.
I can't wait.
Y'all, let's dive into this conversation a little bit here, though, because Rich, I'm really excited to hear your take on this because you speak a lot about this kind of stuff. You have a famous tagline. I think me and Rhonda can quote it better than you can at this point. Life is choice driven. You will live and die by the choices you choose to make. I got a hint for you. Choose life. I'm AP Rich.
I think that'll take Rich out of character. One of us did his tagline before we get there.
Rhonda did it one time.
I know, that's what I mean.
She just said it. I was like, dang, Rich, she's stepping on your lines. She's stepping on your lines.
But I'll let you go ahead.
Well, no, I was just gonna say. So the fact that life is choice driven, that's the AP Rich tagline, right? The life is choice driven, but we're not naive to know that the choices that we make are obviously summations of the influences that are around us, whether those influences be people, whether they be things, whether they be places. Somebody who is from, like Dr. P was talking about, somebody from Kankakee, like myself, is going to have a very different approach to life than somebody who grew up downtown Chicago. And somebody from downtown Chicago is going to have a very different view of life than somebody from Roseland. You know what I mean? Like so the places that we live influence us. So maybe you can speak a little bit to as we, making certain choices, we're making choices, the influence that are around us, whether they be positive or negative. How do we conquer, from your standpoint as the pastor, the Lord's church on our broadcast this morning? How do we maybe from your perspective, how do we conquer some of these negative influences? It could be things like television. It could be things like right here, what's on our screens. It can be just bad news. Like we do Zeke Live in the morning as a way to give people a chance not to start their day hearing all the bad news that Donald Trump is doing this morning, or all the bad news that we're hearing about tariffs, all the bad news, because you start that day and it influences your day. Those thoughts influence your day. And before you know it, you down it all day long and don't even know why. That's why we try to have engaging and enlightening conversations first thing in the morning to maybe give a positive influence. So what is your thing for conquering negative influences, but also building up on the positive influences, recognizing and building up those influences? What could you give the people, Pastor?
Yeah, actually, Dr. P hit on it. A lot of things of what we talk about and teach about is watching what comes in your ear gate, watching what comes out of your mouth gate, pause, and then watching what comes in your sight, in your eye, what you're seeing, what you're listening to, and then who you surround yourself with. I know that sounds so basic and practical, but those are foundational things. And once you get those things foundationally secured, now you can build from that. And so I would encourage people, again, my biggest thing is the word of God, but really having a relationship with him, getting to find your identity with him. And that has helped me out tremendously when it comes to making right choices, when it comes to making better decisions. But it started with, how do I get this foundation, surrounding myself around with a great environment? So wherever I came around, so one thing I did, I said, I've always heard I wanted to be a millionaire. Okay. I don't know if anybody else had any dreams. I want to be an entrepreneur, to be a millionaire. I never hung around millionaires. And my intent was always around getting me to the same level. I can get to six figure because the people I hung around was six figure people.
Six figure.
Yeah. And so it was like, cool. I felt comfortable. This was great. but it wasn't my end goal. So the way I had to change my language. I had to change who I was listening to, what I was watching, who I was listening to, who was I surrounding myself with. And that's why I kind of got the phrase, even with the word about being around people like-minded faith. It's not just so much meaning what they believe in as far as a religion, but are they on the same mindset and goal as you? Are they looking to be influential like you're looking to be? Are they aspiring to achieve goals that you may have? And then maybe beyond that, those are the ones I want to be around. And now I want to listen and hear and take on the positive things that they're saying. What are you doing in the morning when you do get down? That's one thing I love talking to entrepreneurs. When you do get down, what are you doing? What is your goal? How do you get out of that? Because it's incredibly easy to tell someone, you can get up, you can make it. Well, how did you do it? What is your morning routine? Is it just you going out drinking coffee and that's it? Are you really studying what you're getting ready to take on for the day? What does that look like? And so for me, again, it was starting to get a routine, as I call it. And routines help me to establish, to make better choices in my day. If my routine get off, now I'm like, yeah, I can get razzled and frazzled. But hey, let me get back into my center. Let me figure out, okay, what's my next step on my routine? What's my next step on my... So those are some of the things I kind of highlight with that. But again, being around, I think is huge.
Yeah, and that's good. Like being around people, like this old saying, birds of a feather flock together, or even in scripture, we see, good, that the people that you're around, the counsel that you keep. And if I use biblical language, the counsel that you keep, like, in other words, who are the people that are around you? Like, because like you just said, Doc, you use the money example. I want to be a millionaire. Well, take a lot to make. You know how much $1 million is? $1 million is a lot of money. Like, and somebody who ain't never made $1 million can't tell you how to do that, because that's a big weight to take on. I would imagine it's the same thing just about with everything else. I'm in the music industry, right? So, if I want to get to the point of getting a record contract, oh my God, I did that. We want to get to the point of that I needed to be around people who have done it before. So, shout out to people like Eric, for instance, who put me in the rooms with people like that. And, and Eric, y'all, I tell y'all this story all the time. Eric was bogus the way he did it. Sometimes he just leave me in a room like, walk me into a room with my idols and then just walk out, be like, yeah, just go in there. But I mean, being around that kind of wisdom and around that kind of stuff, we talking about doing cameras and movies and all this stuff like that. But it wasn't until I actually got onto a movie set and I saw this, that, and the other. I was like, oh, what I had in my mind about what we can do ain't gonna cut it. It ain't gonna do it. I got this vision in mind, but I ain't around nobody who's ever done that until I got around some folks who actually do it. And then I realized, oh, wait, I need to change something about the way we approaching this. We need this. We need that. I didn't even know what this was. I didn't even know this existed. And we need it. Yeah, we need it. But you don't know that unless you're around people who have achieved those goals that you're looking to get to. And so, what would you say to somebody who does have aspirations, goals, dreams, all that? And this is for anybody really, but Rich, I'm throwing it to you first, but this is really for anybody. And Rhonda, of course, you in the school system. Eric, you get a chance to see this all the time, what I'm about to say, because you are around people who say they want to do something and then they just, don't have the I don't know. But yeah. But, what do you say to somebody who says they want to do something and you can look at them and tell, like, I hate to say this, you can look at them and just tell you ain't gonna be able to do that. Like, I can tell by the people you around, I can tell by the stuff you doing, I can tell by your demeanor, that you just not gonna achieve that goal. But not saying not to shut you down or nothing like that. It just looked like in this iteration of life right now, you're not gonna be able to do that because there's some other influences around you. How do you become, if nothing else, an influence to those people? And this is for anybody. But how do you become an influence to those people to help them now grow into the thing they claim they want to be, the person they claim they want to do, the thing they claim they want to do? How do you help them to navigate from the you're not going to be able to do it into this is what you need to do. You need to be around these people. You need to be, and then, I'll give you a part B to that question as well. And then I'm gonna shut it up. But the part B to that would be, and where do you make the decision to say, you know what, that's not even worth my time because that's gonna take me out of character. Like, I'm not gonna help you with this because I've been trying to help you with this and it just ain't went nowhere. So, you know, that's a lot that I just gave. Rich, I'll toss it to you first, but that's for everybody, anybody. So
yeah, you know, I can be honest. That's one of my struggles is helping people that don't want to be helped and learning when to let go. As I've gotten older and matured, it's gotten a lot easier, praise the Lord. But it's just like, hey, that's definitely was a struggle for me. That's to answer your B. Your A, give it to me one more time, pause. What was it one more time?
Well, the A of the question is, how do you get people to a place where if they're if they're in a situation, you can look at it because you've been there, you've been whatever it is. You know, Rich, you're successful in your area. Rhonda, you're successful in your areas. Eric, you're obviously successful in your area. So y'all know the pitfalls, y'all know the steps, y'all know all these pieces, and you can look at people who say they want to get into the spaces where y'all all are, and you where you guys are, and you can say, you know, you can look at them and say, yeah, you about to hit a pitfall, or you about to do this, and so you can kind of steer them, and you can look at the influences and things around them and say, you need to get this together, you need to get that together. Let me help you with that. How do you like help people to see that and move them along? Which is what led me to the part B of when do you cut that off? You know, but part A is how do you get them to see?
Well, for me, it's real easy, man. If I care about more what you want to do than you care about what you want to do, I have no interest. I can't want it more than you. It's your vision, it's your life. If you don't have the same, put it like this, there's somebody right now, and I'm not gonna say their name, but they're only getting pushed because myself and a couple of other people in this industry are talking about them. And from us talking about them is getting them 10,000, 6,000, all this kind of stuff, looks and stuff. And I'm like, and somebody said, you all are working for them like they paying a check to you. And they don't have the same get up and, go after it themselves. So that's how I do it, man. If I talk to somebody, oh, I want to do this, and I have them, my first thing, oh, meet me here at this time, and they late, I'm already turned off from it. Number two, I say, well, hey, read this or go watch this. I'll send somebody, because I know some people don't like to read, but I'll tell somebody in a minute, go watch this documentary about such and such. They be like, how does that apply to what I'm doing? Just go watch it. You know, I told somebody the other week, man, I want to get in the music business. Go watch The Godfather of Harlem. They're like, what's that about? I said, just go watch it. And the thing was, it was about the guy who was connected to everybody. If somebody said that's what this dude knew everybody.
Like Deacon.
Yeah, pretty much. You can ask him any question. Like Deacon. Since we said it, Deacon Rob from Chicago, Deacon Rob, reach out to us because we got to have you on the show. We was talking about, I said the other day, Deacon Rob is that guy who is everywhere.
Knows everybody.
You know everybody. But Clarence, I can't think of Clarence's last name. But he was a gentleman.
Yeah, Quincy Jones' is best friend. There we go.
Yeah, you know who Clarence. Well, yeah, and Clarence was somebody.
Clarence.
Right. He was somebody that everybody knew, and he had the influence even up until Barack was president and people like that. They were calling him, saying, "What do you think I should do about this?" Everybody in the music business that came through this guy, I can't think of the Godfather or something. But what I said, man, is just if they wanted more, Oh, I'm sorry. If they wanted more, I don't know what's going on over there.
We cracking up at you, Eric. No, we just cracking up at the because we was talking about last night, and it just
just come on. What else did he say?
It's hilarious. That's all. It's just
like Rhonda knows too. So, but yeah, that's it, man. For me, if I want with your vision more than you want your own vision, I don't deal with it.
Yeah, and I can speak to this.
Because why am I putting more energy in your stuff than you're putting in it? I could be doing something else that I want to do.
Yeah, and
it's easier now to say no.
Yeah, and I'll say this much for Eric. You know, he's not saying it. He's saying it, but he's not saying it. Eric really is one of them people that if he is behind you, he is behind.
I'm behind
you. He will push you.
Pause.
He will.
Now I gotta
is behind you. If Eric is pushing you, he's pushing you.
There
I'm
we
saying
go.
like that. No, but the thing is though, Eric, I've seen Eric like literally like make miracles happen for folks. Like I've
Yeah,
literally
that
seen him make.
one,
I've seen, and we've seen a bunch of folks that came through us. So we talked about this a little bit last night. We've had a lot of folks that came through us that say they want to do this, that, and the other, and Eric be like, "All right, bet, come to this, come do that, da. And it just don't go nowhere. And I'll be telling them like, "Yo, if Eric is behind you, he's
If you don't
behind
show, it's
you.
on
Like
you.
you need to take advantage of that. Like but for whatever reason, there's other things that's going on in their life, and so you try to
And
get
no
them to
respect.
see something. Rich Rhonda, I'll toss it to y'all because that.
And wait, Zeke, you do that. You said that
Yeah, I
yesterday.
do.
How you
Yeah,
see
I'm trying not to
something on
talk about
somebody.
myself though, because I
Like
be
poor
doing
Jamaica.
it.
Jamaica used to be in tears. I can't hit that note. You're like, you're going to do it. Shut up. Do it. You can do it. Just stop thinking about it. But it was that some people have the ability to see in the people. That's something Fred always tells us. Hammond always tells us. He has the ability to look at somebody and say, I see something in you that I can help get you here. But some
Well,
people don't
I
see it.
need to come before Uncle Fred then so he can look at me and see if he sees something in me.
I see something in you.
Are you behind me, Eric? Pause.
That's a different pause because
I
you
asked
say
a question.
pause when it's a guy.
I asked a question.
No, I honestly think you are. I see no difference in you.
Behind her. She asks, "Are you behind her?"
Are you
Oh,
behind?
definitely. I see no difference in you than I see in All Deaf.
Okay.
Kevin Stage and all of them, and Patrick Cloud and all of them. That thing they do online, how big that is. You belong on that same platform. That same thing. I don't see a difference in them and you.
Y'all hands. I receive it.
Point your hands to the screen. Point your hands to the screen,
Cash out
everybody,
me
and
for
say, "Lord and Jesus." Yeah.
No, to answer your question, thank you, Eric. Also, to answer your question, Zeke, I think for me, I'm very new to podcasting. I've been doing podcasting for like a year, a little over a year now. I've been doing Rhonda on the Rocks specifically for less than a year. It'll be a year in August. But I always ask people, when they like, oh, I want to start a podcast. I've always wanted to start a podcast. My first question is, so what are your favorite podcasts that you listen to? Oh, I don't really listen to podcasts like that. That's interesting that you want to do something and you don't even listen to podcasts. And then you're asking me and you don't listen to my podcast. Not that I'm like offended by that, but like you can learn a lot from just listening to what I do. So come to me with questions, right? Like, how do you do this? Where did you buy this? What do you do with that? Because people who, to me, are really interested in like diving into something like podcasting, you got to hear a lot of podcasts. Like I listen to from the raunchiest to the Dear Future Wifeys to this, that, and the third, because I want to build my craft. And the only way that I can do that is by listening to other people who do it. I listen to the ones who have millions of followers because that's what I aspire to do. You're talking about birds of a feather. Yeah, I'm listening to you. I'm supporting you. I'm following, I'm subscribing. I'm doing all of these things to podcasts that I really want to learn from because I love it, right? I love podcasting. And so the only way to get better is to put yourself in spaces and rooms with people who podcast, right? Like my friend D, he's my friend now, but like this time last year, I didn't even know him. Like I got connected to him through watching his reels on TikTok. And I was like, oh, he does a live podcast. So I started watching his live podcast and I would comment and I would, all of that stuff. And it just went from there. And now, like, I've been a guest on his show. I've flown all the way to Memphis to be a guest on his show. He's been on my show. We're doing a live show on May 29th, Thursday, May 29th, a live Rhonda on the Rocks show. But this man has 100,000 followers on TikTok.
Yeah,
that's important.
Those are the people that I'm trying to be connected with. And what I learned in this game is that you want to be guests, you want to be in places where you aspire to be. And not to say that the person with 50 followers, because I think I got like 130 on YouTube. Not to say that the person with 50 followers is not important or not doing anything. But again, you want to be in those spaces with the millionaires. I want to be in these spaces with the people who have 100,000 followers on YouTube. Those are the people who I want to be on their platform, and I want them to be on mine. Do you see what I'm saying? So I think that doing something, saying that you want to do something, that's where you start within yourself. When you start reaching out to people, in my opinion, you should have questions. You should be like, hey, this is what I'm thinking. How do you feel about this? I also look at people like, how vulnerable are you willing to be? Because when you get behind a microphone and you only telling other people's stories, what did you experience? What have you gone through? It's not easy to get on a mic and talk about being abused in a relationship. My mom listens to this. My family listens to this, who had no idea. But that's my level of vulnerability that I'm willing to be. So I think there's a lot of questions that people need to ask themselves before they bring it to other people and say, I want to do what you're doing. A lot of self-evaluation that we need to do. And if you're not listening to podcasts, if you're not, following podcasters and really trying to pick up on the techniques and things, and what are we talking about? You got some work to do prior to getting there. You don't just go from kindergarten to college, right? You have to, there's a lot of preparation along the way before you get to college. So before you bring yourself in front of people who are doing what you're doing, you need to go K-12. Go K-12.
And Zeke, you remember Bridget, right? From Milwaukee, a Christian Faith. Like Bridget, she wanted to do podcasting and this type of thing, like Rhonda's talking. And within the first few on TikTok, she has almost 400,000 followers, 8.1 million likes. And she started to now she's a correspondent on TMZ. They saw her on TikTok. And now she goes on there and Harvey, like, what do you think? Bridget comes on. But it's all from like what Rhonda said, just wanting to do it and doing it. I think that's the biggest thing with people is fear, man, not trying. Or afraid to reach out to somebody. Like Rhonda loves Kev on stage. And I'm not being funny. If she don't reach out to Kev on stage, that's on Rhonda. If she wants to work with Kev on stage, Faith is, I'm gonna contact this man, I'm gonna inbox him, I'm gonna write his office. Who on his Facebook page I'm connected to? Oh, this is my guy that know. Whatever you need to do to get to him. But I think, people fear and the afraid of asking will also get people, stuck where you're afraid to ask somebody, hey man, can you introduce me to such and such? Or I'm trying to get into this. Like Rich deals with NBA players, and if I got a young kid who wants to go to the NBA, I need to inspire him. Hey, Rich, do you think this kid can show up something and meet some? You know what I mean? It's like put people in a room where they can see. Sometimes it's easy to hear about it when you can see the goal in front of you. Like it's one thing to watch on TV when you're in the room with it. Like Zeke wanted to do production and he used to watch, but then when you're with a hypothetically a Fred or a Dietrich backstage and you're seeing it, it's one thing to see on TV, one thing to be in it, and you're like, okay, now I got it.
Yeah.
I got this spark.
And you may decide in that moment that you don't actually want that.
Yeah,
right?
That's the side of it.
You may get in those rooms and you like,
I can't have it.
I actually don't like this. I don't want to do this. I'd rather just watch it. And that's okay too.
Yeah.
That's a
good point.
Like, I struggle to do all of the things behind Rhonda on the Rocks because this is what I like. This is what I like. But all that behind the scenes, I just told Rich last night, I do not know, so don't ask me. Just do it. I don't know. I don't want to know.
But you just spoke to something, the vulnerability to even be able to say, I don't know. Because here's another thing that some people have. They feel like they have to be able to prove that I do know. They take not knowing. They take the word ignorance as a bad thing. Ignorance is just simply not knowing. You can defeat ignorance by learning, by as Rich would always say, gaining knowledge, right? You can gain knowledge, but how do you do that? You get around the people who do it. You get around situations that do it. Like Eric said, you go watch this, go read this, go and get into this. And a lot of times people aren't willing to do that. But then you get these other influences that are in your ear because somebody, of course, we all know this because we all got opinions. They, they're like butts. Everyone has one and they usually stink. But everybody has an opinion about what you should do. I mean, if I had a dime for every time somebody told me, Zeke, you should do this. You should write a song about Zeke, you should produce a song about that. And it'd be like, why should I? That wasn't my idea. It's not even. Don't you put that on me.
Something Rhonda said though, Zeke. Another part to what Rhonda said is, what if you're backstage and you see, I don't want to do this no more. But what about if you're backstage and you find out I don't have what it takes to do this? That's another part.
Yeah, you realize your level best. You realize
I want to do this, but I really can't. This is not God. What else? This, it's in here to do it, but I just don't have the skill to do it.
Yeah,
So
that's when the gift got to be stirred up. You got
Yeah, I
to
was
be
gonna say that.
stirred up. You may get in a space. I feel like that all the time. I just talked on one of my videos that I posted about imposter syndrome. I feel that on a regular basis because, again, I'm in spaces with people who have millions of followers. They get millions of views on a regular basis. I get 40, which I'm grateful. Lift up holy hands. I'm grateful for the 40, but I definitely have imposter syndrome on a regular basis, but I don't let that overtake me. I'm going to work it. Okay, this ain't working. I'm doing these videos this way. I'm going to try something else. I'm going to try something else. I'm going to try something else because I know that this is what I really want. So if it is in your heart, like Eric said, if it's in your heart and you know that it's in here, start them gifts up. What else I got to do? Maybe I'm not the producer. Maybe I'm the assistant producer for now until I learn it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can take what I learned from here and take it somewhere else. I don't have to stay in this room. Once you've been in the room and you get what you need from that room, go create another space for somebody else. Invite people into your room, right? When you've become the master of whatever it is, create your room and invite people into that space and encourage them to create another room and another room and another room. And that's how we bring our community together. That's how we lift people up when we're not just sitting in the rooms like, I'm in here with Fred, me and Fred. It's me and Fred. Now, Zeke, open up your room. And that's what you've done with this morning show, to be honest.
Aww.
You created a room for me and for all of these other people whose music you're putting out there. You've created the room. Now, what do we do? It's on us now. You've already created the room. It's on us now to go to the next platform and create the room for somebody else. I'm preaching this morning, y'all.
You preaching. Reverend Rhonda. You got to call her Rhonda on the word. That's
Hey!
We had Rhonda on the run. You seen Rhonda on the run. You seen Rhonda on the rocks, but do you know about Rhonda on the word?
Oh,
glory.
Rhonda on the word Wednesday.
Listen, y'all, this has been such engaging and amazing. It's such engaging and enlightening conversation. I hope that really, as we've just started to peel back the layers of influence and all of that stuff, I hope that somebody out there, one of y'all Lock stars, I hope you're getting something out of that. It's only Tuesday this week. It's only Tuesday of this week. So that means you still got the rest of this whole week to be able to make some changes, to really look at the things that are influencing you, or even like the video that Rhonda shared with us today from my friend and a guest of this show, Sean Bree, when he says, don't allow somebody to take you out of yourself. If you know what you are, like Rich always says, knowing who you are. Do you know who you are? Do you know what you bring to the table? Don't walk in it with imposter syndrome like Rhonda has been getting at. Y'all, that's the word I was looking for. I think we'll dive into that conversation Thursday or Friday. Imposter syndrome, overcoming imposter syndrome. I want to dive into that conversation. I want to piggyback there.
That can be
maybe Thursday or Friday. Oh yeah, because that's where y'all gonna get a real vulnerable Zeke. Because if you really want to know what I struggle with, it's imposter syndrome. Real talk, I deal with it, and I think on some level we all do. But I'm willing to to be the one to say, yeah, I deal with it, y'all. I deal with it. Like, I deal with it. Sometimes I don't get stuff done because I'm scared what people gonna say. Eric, you hit it on the head. Fear will do it. So, you know, we have to, you know, we have to consider all of that stuff. And so I want to talk into that. But hopefully today, this conversation around the influence that that we have, the influence that others have on us, that we kind of get grounded. Like I said, like Rich always says it, know who you are, look within to who you are, get a relationship with the Lord, let him tell you who you are. Now I can say that. I can testify to that. I don't usually tell y'all what I'm thinking, but I know that's what I found. I ain't going to convince you to go do it, but I'm going to say that for me, my ground that is in the Lord. That's me. That's me. I can't say it for nobody else. I can just say that for me. And that was the only reason I was able to get back up again. That's honestly the only reason I was able to get back up again. If you found something else, tell me about it so I can know about it. But I just know what worked for me, and I can tell you it can work for you. So hopefully this, you know, has helped to unpack that. Y'all, let's do our round table. Let's get Sleepyhead on the stage real quick. Right out.
Yeah, get me out of here.
Final words real quick.
Well, you know, I'm sorry everybody for being so tired, but thank you guys for tuning in. Please go like, please share, please get in the comments. We tell you that every day. That helps us. Hopefully we said something today that was beneficial to you and for your life to, you know, help you the rest of the day and for the rest of the week. So again, thank you all for tuning in. It's much love from over here. We appreciate you all. And as I say every day, I'm not like Rich. I don't have that statement yet. I just say God loves you. Jesus gave all for you. Give all for him. And we will see you tomorrow. And check out my new podcast, Eric on the Rocks. It's coming.
Oh, Eric on the Rocks. Name change. Okay.
I'm gonna show my bass guitar for that one, man.
No, I'm not gonna steal Rhonda's thing. I'm just playing.
Eric, you do have a tagline. You do have a tagline. You say it every day. Jesus loves you. He gave his all for you. You say that every day. Yeah.
I sure do. So
you got
Rhonda,
a tagline.
Yeah,
you
right.
so churchy you don't even know it. You love the Lord.
Amen.
You even
Bless the
That's
Father.
the little Holy Ghost.
Rhonda on the Rocks, give the people something real quick.
Oh my goodness, what a phenomenal day. I hope that you learned something. Dr. P is just an amazing pillar that we need so badly in our community. So shout out to her, and thank you, Dr. P, for coming and sharing. Parents, if you are out there, just know there is support out there for you. There is an abundance of love and people who are willing to come to your rescue should you need it for your child. So just open your heart and be receptive to the love and the resources that are out there for you, moms and dads and grandparents and guardians and all of that stuff. Just know that there is love and resources out there for you. I am Rhonda on Rocks, Rhonda with the word on today. And yeah, thank you.
Rhonda on the word.
Yeah.
Glory. Hey. Oh, God, I felt that. I felt that through the screen, Rhonda.
Hey, don't start me up now. Hey. I was still full from last night.
Listen, I feel you. I feel you. Pastor Rich Holmes, you know the thing to do. You always got an encouraging word for the people and a good benedictory, a good benediction. There we go. I'm trying to make that word as complicated as possible.
You know, I just want to encourage people to not be afraid. Do not be afraid to go out and get knowledge, man. It's okay. Knowledge increases your influence. Oh my goodness, it's a powerful thing to have. And then you add God's revelation on it, you get what's called revelation knowledge. You'll have the advantage when it comes to working in whatever industry and space that you're in to stand out above the crowd. Hey, like I always say, life is choice driven. You will live and die by the choices you choose to make. I got a hint for you. Choose life. I'm going to pray. God, thank you for this time coming together with these like-minded people, the group of community, saints and ain'ts. Lord God, we pray that something you said that left an impact, that can leave a mark that will not be forgotten. Lord God, we thank you, Lord God, that you continue to be the provider, Lord God. We thank you for giving us strength to endure until change comes. God, bless us on the rest of this week and this day until we meet again. In Jesus' name I pray.
Amens and amens, y'all. This has been another phenomenal show. And you know how I know it's been a phenomenal show? You know how I know? Because, oh, shoot. Now, see, that was my there we go. I know it was a phenomenal show because Mama said it was a phenomenal show. It was right in my face and then I missed it. There we go. All right, so there it is. Mama said a phenomenal show, so we know it's a phenomenal show. And there's Miss Ursula Ellis. She said amen, so we know that the prayer went to heaven, because when Miss Ursula Ellis say amen, that means that prayer touched heaven. So there you go. Y'all, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow in the morning, I got to figure out what I'm going to do as far as that's concerned. So I'll reach out to y'all, everybody, a little bit later on, and we'll see if I'm going to go live, because I'm going on stage in the morning. So I'll be on stage. Let me put that up one more time just for the people. Let me just put that up one more time, one last time, and then we're getting off of here. If you have not already registered, there is a registration link in the description of this live cast. Please, please, please go ahead and register. And Pastor Jenkins will be there. I'll be there. Pastor Bill will be there. Y'all come on through with it. We'll see y'all tomorrow. And if you're unable to attend, then be online, because we'll still be live in the morning. So other than that, we'll see y'all. We love y'all. God bless y'all. And peace out.